American Dream Mall, just outside of Manhattan in East Rutherford, New Jersey. There is a lot to do here, including an ice rink, and that is where 5 sheets are set up this week for the USA Curling Men's and Women's National Championships. We are on day 2 and ready for draw 2 on the women's side. Last night saw an upset as reigning national champions Team Peterson losing to Team Anderson. And our feature match here this afternoon will be 2 teams trying to get back into the winning side of things. Tyler George, Joe Tollison, glad you've joined us. And it is Team McMakin against Team Rhyme, both who suffered losses in their first matches, Tyler.
Yeah, 7-game round robin. Really don't want to drop to 0-2 if you can avoid it. Both teams looking for their first win, and 1-1 just feels a lot better going into 5 games left in the tournament than 0-2. So we're used to seeing in past nationals the 9-game round robin where you have a little more margin for error. Not the case with an only 7-game round robin.
And for each of the teams, it's Team McMakin. It is the top 8 teams in the United States who are here in this women's championship. Tim McMakin, number 5, coached by Ann Swisshelm. And Cora Farrow will actually skip with Christine McMakin in the 3rd spot here for this team, along with Jenna Bercheski and Claire Moores. And then for Team Rhyme, number 7 out of these 8 teams, the sisters of Katie and Kim Rhyme, Kim Skipping, and Kate Flannery and Libby Brundage make up the team as well. So that's what we will have, 2 teams, and as we said, somebody trying to get a win and maybe keep alive a hope of eking into a playoff spot here.
Yeah, early in the competition, that we talk about the first game kind of being a bonus game. If you can get the W any way you can, that's great, but trying to get a feel for the conditions and get comfortable. No excuse now. Game 2, the ice will change throughout the week, but have to feel like you're in a more comfortable situation playing the second game, better feel for the weight, the lines, and everything. So both teams looking for a better performance than they had in their opener.
Well, Team Rhyme will have last stone in the first end. That means we'll get started with Claire Moores and Team McMakin.
And Joe, I think a fast start is really important for these teams too. After coming off of what both teams would probably consider a poor performance for them in the first game, if you fall behind early in this game, then those thoughts start to creep in a little bit again. That's, okay, maybe we don't have it this week right now. So get a couple points early, try not to fall behind. Just put together a few good ends. It doesn't take much to feel like you get that rhythm going. Even a few shots early in the game, especially finesse shots, making a few draws, a couple of hack weight, board weight shots, just feel like you get more comfortable than you did for the first game.
Team Rhyme opened up a 9-2 loss. They only went 6 ends against Delaney Strome, and you know that is the number 2 team in the country.
Yeah, no shame in losing to Delaney Strauss. That's a team that's played in 3 slams this season, a young squad, but it's the number 15 ranked team in the world. So that obviously would have been a huge win to get in the opener, but Delaney's looking strong early, and now you're playing another team that struggled in their opening game. You got to be gunning for a W today.
It looks like it may come up. Sit. Right, that's great. Good spot. Oh, I need my gripper.
Another center guard to start the game, so aggressive player from Team McMakin.
So Rhyme falling to Strauss 9-2. McMakin, they were in that high-scoring affair last night with 12-10 that actually went to a 10th end, and they got to a point where they couldn't pick up the 2 points at the end. So it officially goes down as finishing in 9, but a 12-10 match against Shield.
Well, you know you can put points up. That part's not a problem. So see if you can create that same offense but not get yourself in too much trouble, especially without hammer. Attack and try to score points when you do have last shot. Very important for both teams. Try not to get yourself in too much trouble when you don't have that last shot.
Control.
Good weight there, but stops. Top 8 foot, doesn't quite bury.
Yes. Yes. Hard. Hard. Get on it. Hard. Hard, Jenna. Whoa. Whoa.
This rock over curling. Looks like that guard that they threw up is going to be gone already.
Okay. Go throw, Katie.
So they start with an aggressive play and then a more conservative play, just playing the straight hit and starting from square one. Team Rhyme looks like they're just going to play to keep this open.
Okay, line's good. 73.
And throw a draw to
Gonna be your rock.
the open side.
Line, 2, 3, 2. Line's good. Yep. Coming down.
Actually
Hard,
throwing
guys.
to a corner.
Yep, keep going. As far as you can. Yep, keep going. Just keep it going. Move, 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 move. Yep, yep, yep.
So getting a little aggressive again, leaving the stone open in the center of the house and electing to throw the corner instead.
See ice.
So they're saying you can play the hit on this stone, but we're going to use that corner at some point during this end to try to score multiple
10-5.
points.
Whoa. Stay close. Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep.
We're really down now.
I think that rock ended up with a lot less weight than what they assumed. Doesn't even end up clearing the yellow stone.
You see a little?
Jenna Bercheski's
Okay. Half.
hit and roll was supposed to be control weight. That ended up being only maybe hack.
11 and a half. Okay. I like 11 and a half.
Maybe a little fresh path in the center of the sheet, but seemed to surprise the sweepers.
You heard a please in there somewhere.
Yep.
It doesn't really matter how nicely you ask usually. They don't listen very well.
Hard. Hard. Hard line. Hard. You got it hard. Stay with it hard. Keep going. Yep. Hard. Hard.
So
hard.
Kate
Roll.
Flannery.
Roll. Go. 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 Yep. Keep going. Go. 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 Yes.
Oh,
Go.
hit
Go.
and
Go.
roll
Go.
to-
Yes. 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 Okay. That's fine, Libby.
They may have moved the lineup around. That was Libby Brundage throwing that stone. And Kate sweeping. So it does wreck the corner.
Play
Keeps the
this.
corner on the opposite side.
Okay. You like that? Where?
My apologies. They have switched orders. than
Yes,
what
they
gave
have.
us.
That'll happen out here. You got to stay on your toes. You've been bitten by posted lineups many a time in the booth.
Yeah.
Hard clear.
Yes.
Hard clear. Go, go, go.
Hard.
Go, 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 go.
Jenna
Roll it,
Bercheski's
roll it. Go, go, go.
peel looks to be on the nose and ends up dead
Okay.
sticking on the back. So
Okay.
a little bit of an error and a bad break with nosing the
Just
back
nose is
stone. And
okay.
door
Yep.
open now for Rhyme to maybe put
9-5.
together an end. Just looking for a nose hit on Brundage's second throw.
Whoa. Close. Clean. Close. Clean.
Just
Yep.
looking for a nose hit here. Don't
Whoa,
need to
whoa,
roll
clean,
towards your other
clean.
counter.
Just clean. Yep.
Looks
Yep.
to be
Yep.
just fine.
Okay, good.
Nice throw by Libby.
9-6.
9-6, looking for 9-5, so accurate on the weight too. Simple game, Joe. Hit the broom, throw the weight, make the shot.
Whoa.
Now Christine McMakin, her first throw.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Christine's going to try to roll this one middle,
We're still high
either get
side.
close to that guard or
Okay.
maybe set up a double on the next shot, but ends up
9-8.
on the nose. Kim having a look to see which is shot. I don't think it really matters. Probably hitting.
Well, 9-5.
Might have elected to go underneath the corner guard if they were shot rock, but it appears as though McMakin is number one. So Kate Flannery throwing her first.
Whoa. 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 Curl.
Looking to get to nose here too. I think this should stick around.
No.
That's well done.
Okay, good. That's fine.
Heard
Good throw.
9-9-2. It's 9-2 a little bit firm for what they were trying to throw, but still within a couple tenths.
No, 9-2.
They're playing inside out with this hit and roll for Christine McMakin. So a little switch on the turn they're playing because they want to
Yes.
roll deep if they can, but A little less margin for error playing inside out.
Hard! Go, go, go! Hard! Go, go, go!
Rolls in but doesn't get shot, so I think Rhyme may switch gears and go under the corner now. I like that call. And Joe, really no reason to hit that stone if you're already shot. You can now attack and play for a 3 going under the corner. So you have both rocks buried. The key is you want to keep this above the tee line so you don't give your opponent a chance to freeze and get out of the end.
Okay, line's fine.
So see if Kate Flannery can bury this under the corner.
Okay.
Looks like plenty of weight. They're calling 8-9 as of now, which should be back 8, back 12.
7. Close, Katie.
It's trying to dig now.
Let it die. No.
It is going to be deep. It will get buried.
Okay, that's okay.
So important shot early in the game now for Cora Farrell in her first shot.
Here.
That was where they were.
Rhyme sitting 2, both under the corner guard. Definitely going to try to, at the very least, bury and hopefully freeze.
Down this path. Yeah.
You can get yourself out of jail with a good make here, so
Okay, I had a 12-9 on theirs. This is the second rock.
big
here.
shot early in the game for
Let's get down
Team
to it.
McMakin.
About back 4. Yeah. Have a good kick here. Make sure we're to it.
Cora Farrell now, and this is a lineup change that they made mid-season. Moving Cora Farrell
Felt like a big kick. Okay, easy
to
early
throw
then.
last and
Ball clear.
skip Christine McMakin up to the 3rd position.
All you, right here. Back 8. Back 4. Back 8. Straight, straight, straight.
Rock turning over pretty hard and losing speed.
Hard. Yep, yep, yep.
You gotta go.
Pretty good shot. A little separation between those stones, so
You're like, I mean, even just tap it.
might be able to pick that out and stick around with maybe a hack to board type of weight. Hit maybe half of the stone. And the way that that curls, you can get to it.
I think it will.
Nice weight there by Cora. Just needed to sweep maybe a hair earlier to hold that line and carry it deeper.
Push it into the 12 foot.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go all the way.
Yeah, we just want to hit a piece.
You got it.
Joe, it doesn't look like the Rocks are carrying all that much early in the game. Maybe a little slower than what we've seen.
And how unusual is that? Because you're saying they had practice yesterday. They had a little bit of practice here, and they're timing their hog to hog and all that. How much can that change?
It can change draw to draw based on the conditions in the venue. And here in the mall with we thought for the first draw that the ice might have changed a little bit right around 11 a.m. when a lot of the stores open up. So
Okay.
I think the air temperature changes then, not just from the people being here, but I think they actually turn on maybe more of the heat when people are coming in. The players thought that they could feel it late in the game, which timed out right around 11 a.m.
Hard line, you got it, yes, hard line.
This rock curling hard, looking like it's close to the guard.
Roll it.
And hits the guard.
Yes, bounce it off, okay, that's fine.
Doesn't quite roll in for a counter either.
Is the
I
sun
think
second?
yellow is
I think it
2-3,
might be third now.
2-3-5. Red 1-4.
Okay.
That's close. It might be them. I think we should play it against them.
They're not sure on third count,
side.
which
That's what I
may
like.
end up
We
making a
just
difference,
never
but
want to leave a double, so
it's
come
all rock
here,
placement and where they want to put this counter.
there, right? So just even. So to get there. I'm thinking there, yeah.
I like it.
So final shot here in this first end
I think weight is more important.
for Cora Farrell. And
Okay, we want to be even.
is it a
with
hit and roll off their own stone? I mean, what?
They're just trying to throw a second counter in, so they don't want to leave a double for Team Rhyme,
Does that look like a lot of ice?
which could set up a 2 or a 3. They just want to put another rock in the house in a spot where there is no double. So something even up with that rock, maybe on the tee line, close to it, underneath the Yellowstone in the top of the 12-foot would be ideal. It's a little too risky to play a guard against a 3. And sometimes the best guard is another rock in the house. So they'll be staying away from their own counter, trying to throw a draw, and they want this dead even regardless of the line with their other counter.
Even, let it work.
Needs to curl.
Even,
If they're too close to each other, even doesn't help.
Here, right to my room.
Now it's starting to turn. Line's good.
Hard.
Needs to be even.
Hard. Go, go, go. Dead even. Go, 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 go. Good, good.
That's really
There
good.
you go.
Perfectly placed.
Have it buried behind.
Great shot by Cora Farrell. Good sweep. Good team shot. There's no double available, so only a draw for 1 available. I think they're going to play the hit and roll. Don't feel comfortable with the draw early in the game.
Just hit it.
I think it's the first end.
Just hit it.
Yeah.
10-5. I like 10-5 here.
Danger with the hit is if you hit nose, you still might give up 2 because of the jam behind it. If you cross it at all, likely giving up 1. They're thinking there's only one spot they can hit this that they give up more than 1 point.
More confident. 3s.
So maybe not quite comfortable with the draw weight yet and just trying to make sure they don't give up more than a steal of 1. But a little hit and roll is available to score a single.
Close. Yes. Whoa.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
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 Close,
Whoa.
close,
Whoa. Whoa.
close,
Whoa. Whoa.
close.
Whoa.
Roll the
Whoa.
button.
Whoa.
Roll the button. Whoa.
Well, really nicely done.
1 yellow.
And it is, as you hear, 1 yellow, so that means 1 for Team Rhyme. So we are underway in draw 2 of the Women's National Curling Championship. And Christine McMakin, her team with the hammer when we come back.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Back at American Dream, this is draw 2 of the Women's National Championships. And Kim Rhyme picking up a point in that first end. And we are underway here. McMakin with the hammer. So this is the first stone from Team Rhyme and Katie Rhyme getting us started.
Maybe things have settled in a little bit, Joe. Singles across the board in all 4 games to start.
It's like this. Oops, sorry. Side. Probably play a hit on a delayed corner.
So
Yeah, 13-8.
into the 4.
A little more conservative start to this end for both teams as draw to top 4 is now Claire Moores.
Yep. Yes.
May know her more from mixed doubles
Yes.
in her career with a lot of success
Right
with
to it for the roll.
Lance Wheeler.
Oh. Okay.
That's fine.
Good hit and stick from
9-9.
Claire. Ran a junior camp with Claire and Lance out in Denver
Control.
a while back and really liked working with those guys. A lot of fun, very knowledgeable, great with the juniors. Shout out to the Denver Curling Club for hosting. Love working with those people too.
Curl. Go
Claire
hard,
and
you
Lance
got
do
it.
a lot
Come
for
on,
the
Lisa,
sport,
stay
as does the
on
Denver
Lisa.
Curling Club.
9-7.
Seeing some hits traded here. And with the first hit, it looked like Team McMakin was trying to play maybe a delayed corner where you hit on the first one and roll to the wing. And then if your opponent hits, you throw up the corner and you don't have to contend with rocks in the middle of the sheet. Something you see a lot more with the 5-rock free guard zone. Weren't able to roll away, stayed in the center, but that rock is off the center line in the top of the 8-foot, so it's not a particularly dangerous stone. And Farrell now trying to throw the corner guard, but it looks like it's going to roll into the rings.
They're just not getting speed, so now try to see if they can roll out a little more. And they're kind of even.
I don't mind the strategy of thinking delayed corner, but you got to execute. That rock goes in the rings, then it's a moot point.
Fifth rock.
Ooh, tight. Yes. Yes. Hard, Katie, hard.
Libby Brundage and
Hard! Hard! First time! You got it hard!
You
This
got
is
it,
gonna
yes,
hit and roll.
hard.
I think it's just enough to remove the red stone, but also rolls out of the rings.
Out.
Maybe not quite enough stick on that shot. Wait, maybe a touchdown too from the call. So now another attempt at the corner.
Halfway high.
Jenna Bercheski's first.
High.
Okay, curl!
Halfway. Halfway.
Curl!
Curl.
Line's better now. Place it here. Line's good.
We're there.
5-8.
We're a little higher than that, but this line's
Yep,
good.
that is good.
Good. Yep.
Well placed and now playing the peel. There really isn't a setup for Team Rhyme to go after a steal. And the force might get yourself in trouble by throwing a guard on a rock in the top of the 8-foot that's not on the center line. So just electing to peel,
Yes.
keep things open.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Fine, Katie.
This one looks a little tight out of hand.
Sugar.
Actually crossing the stone.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yep. Go. Foot.
Makes it the other way, and
It's fine.
we call that Brooklyn.
Go back.
Joel beat me to it up here. I heard in the background. I think that's a good terminology out here in the New York area. Play the peel and hit the wrong side, make it anyway. Not sure where that started.
Deeper. Deeper.
it's a bowling
Okay,
term as
really
well.
Tight.
Oh, is it?
Line is
So we
good.
stole it
We're
from
really
bowling?
tight.
Or they stole it from curling, one or the other.
We want it to come down.
But in bowling, if you
We're almost
hit the
fighting.
pocket on the other side but still
That's
get a
Brooklyn.
strike, you went through
4-9.
Brooklyn.
See, I'm learning about bowling today now, too.
6.
It's good we got you guys here to enlighten me.
Yep. That's fine.
You know, I'm not very worldly, obviously.
I did
I
start
get
a little,
Libby
but it
here.
wasn't
Says the
enough.
guy who traveled all over
Can
the
I
world.
give a touch more? Okay. Yeah. If you don't think
Anybody else up here have been in Siberia before? Because he mentioned that.
I covered it. You don't need to. We're good. Second corner placed up. A little tighter on this one. Kate Flannery playing the peel.
hard.
See where this one going, Brooklyn.
Okay, good.
That's a good throw by Kate. Good shot.
7-9. Yeah. Control.
And now Christine McMakin.
10-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, now past the point where they think that they're going to try to put together a multiple point end. So expect to see this end hit out, trading hits.
Easy. Easy early.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes.
Clean. Yes. Yes.
Hard.
Clear. Hard for the roll. Okay. Good throw.
Right on the nose. Rinse, repeat right now. And a good opportunity to bank some time for later in the game, too. You have ends like this. Both teams getting that same advantage.
Nine. Katie. Katie.
The intern hit for Flannery, trying to stick around.
9-0.
Rolls
9-0.
off the rings, but not to the boards.
I like
So actually going back to a guard now on McMakin's second stone. So that rollout allowing them the opportunity to
Line
play
is good.
for 0 or 2 possibly.
Fight's okay.
Place it here.
Be an
Line
interesting
is
decision
good.
for
Looking good. Curling
Team
now.
Rhyme. I would expect them
Go
to still
ahead.
peel and not
Yeah.
draw under the corner.
Yep, keep it moving.
And
Keep
for
it
McMakin,
moving.
you're hoping for maybe a nose or a flash to
pretty good.
be able to use that guard.
Just try and sit like. Yeah.
And they are going to go around.
It's fine,
A little
right?
surprise
Go
here.
behind. Just be too far. In front of T for sure. I think the broom.
And generally, Joe, in this situation,
Here.
you're avoiding going under the corners because that's what your opponent wants, is to take the game to the corner. And if you're going to throw this underneath, you need this to be above the tee. But also has to be deep enough that you can't go around it
Draw, right?
for Team McMakin too.
I know.
You peel the guard, you take it out of play completely. There is no opportunity for a 2-point end.
Top eight's good. What do you guys like for this path?
Still slow. Like a 14.
And Kim Rhyme.
Like a 14.
A 14, as I said, still slow.
Line's real good. 5 if you can.
Here,
Line
5
up,
the
guys,
call
line
where
up,
they'd
girl.
like this stone to be, which should be top
Girl,
8 foot.
Curl. Look,
Curl.
look. 14-2.
Need this to finish
Just
up to
here.
Barry.
Go.
14-2 on the call. So the speed has picked up considerably
Yep.
from the beginning of the game.
Yes.
Kept it above the
What?
tee, so
Yeah.
not a bad spot for the rock.
Like this. Yeah, I like that. Attack. Do you like that for 12-5?
So Cora Farrell,
Yeah, I like that better. 12-5. Okay, I like it.
the first of her 2 here in the second end. And you talked before about 0 or 2.
Right to
Yeah,
it.
you can get a little aggressive at trying to get a roll in with hack weight here, but
Yep, almost 3/4.
Okay.
with the space between the guard and the rock, you have to get pretty tight to try to get any kind of roll in. So I think they'll be maybe, we thought they might be aggressive if there's a way to roll in. May not have enough of it to play that with hack, so likely playing the hit maybe half the stone, roll away from the corner a little bit.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Curl.
Yes, 3.
Curl.
Whoa.
Curl.
Opposite sweep calls.
Curl. Hard. Good.
Yeah, pretty good. Got a little tight to the guard with
Yeah,
solid hack.
yeah.
Don't think that Rhyme will have that entire stone from the hack, so good shot by Cora.
11's fine, yeah. I like 11.
Always fun as a sweeper
11
when
here.
you're switching back and forth from
Give me like the tiny.
sweeping to curl or sweeping to hold it straight, and you're hearing 2 things at once.
Actually, let me. Yeah. No.
I like 11.
So what do you do there? Just pick,
She just threw an
go with
11,
your
so I
gut,
think
pick
I'm
one and go with it?
Go with the louder person usually, if there is one.
Give me a touch less.
This would be a similar shot to what Cora just threw for Kim. Probably about hack weight, solid hack. Don't need to get too close to the guard to clear the stone.
Let's see what Kim Rhyme can do here.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa.
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 Just close.
A little
Clean.
more weight than
Clean.
Cora
Curl.
had,
Curl.
so
Curl.
got to be
Curl.
careful here.
Curl.
Curl. 10-2.
Hard
Curl.
curl.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
And that'll hold on to the paint. So good shot from Kim. Good safe throw.
I like it.
That'll be a blank attempt for Farrell. Just try to peel this out and retain hammer for the third.
Easy peel.
So second end. Cora Farrell with the last rock for Team McMakin. They trail 1-0. And you heard easy peel.
Maybe a hair on the tight side. Sweeper's holding.
That's okay.
Right on the nose. So
They don't blank the end.
does end
They
up
pick up a
being
point.
a single.
So 1-1 after 2 for McMakin and Rhyme, and Team Rhyme will have the hammer when we come back for end number 3. Steve's Curling Supply, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years, is proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, Steve's Curling Supply has all of the top products from the most popular brands in the sport, and right now you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USACurling10 at checkout. That's USACurling10. So go to stevescurling.com for all of your curling needs. Two ends, 1-1 between Christine McMakin and Kim Rhyme. Joe Tollison, 2018 gold medal winner. Tyler George with you here. This is draw 2 of the USA Women's National Championships. And Tabitha Peterson, after giving up a point in the first end, they picked up 2 in the second, so they lead Team Workin 2-1 there. And we are underway here in the third end, with Team Rhyme holding the hammer. So this is first stone coming from Claire Moores for Team McMakin. Center guard.
Early 3 from Cousins over on sheet D in the second end, now leading Sarah Anderson 3-1. That was a game we said we're going to keep an eye on, Joe, as Sarah Anderson with the big win in the opener over defending national champion Tabitha Peterson. See if they could carry that momentum over.
Stay close.
And for Elizabeth Cousins, a strong performance in their opening game, and really wanted to see
12-3.
Yeah, if they had that same rhythm going today too, and if Cousins can hold on and get a 2-0 start with the win over Anderson, that would be a statement game for them, certainly.
Good throw, Katie. Yeah. Good judge. 60.
I say hold on as they've played 2 ends.
Katie Rhyme maybe put it a little further than she wanted. Didn't quite get it buried, but it'll work for right now. Second stone from Claire Moores.
Top 4. T-line. T-line. Room. Running. Bumping.
Claire just playing the out turn come around here.
Back 8. At all. Back line.
Looks like this is really coasting.
I don't think sweeping will help. This was a 13.
I didn't mind her kick. I think she just added a lot with
All right, Claire.
Heard 13 from that one and goes all the way through the rings, so I'd say the clock was correct
Here.
with the result.
6 rock.
Little misstep there from Claire, and the advantage now goes to Team Rhyme. Throwing another one around this center guard. That guard's pretty high, so I'd like to see this maybe in the top of the 8-foot.
Line's fine, guys. Line's good. Got room. Got room. Coming down. Kate.
That is where Kim Rhyme is holding her broom for the target.
14-6.
Line's
Go
really
straight,
good.
straight,
Don't
straight.
really need it to curl, just need it to carry.
Yep. Go, 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 go.
That's a pretty good spot. Dead buried.
Top button to top
Does
board
leave a
here.
freeze. If that carries another foot, that's a really good spot.
Why does the foot make a difference?
Well, when you have a guard that high and a rock on the tee line behind it, throwing one in the top of the house can serve as another guard. So there's space with how much curl we're getting to come around and make a freeze where it's extremely difficult to get to that stone with a guard and a rock in the top of the 12s in front of it. Really important on that shot for Team McMakin to get one in the top of the 4-foot top button, but this carries too far. So maybe a missed chance to get out of the end, and now for Rhyme, you want to take that position because that's their out, exactly there. Try to get around to the top of the 4-foot and take that come-around draw away from Team
They're
McMakin.
back 8.
Okay.
So I think you're looking to be top 4, like buried.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Top 4 to top button.
Really, the first team to make this draw is going to have the advantage in this end.
Like a 75 with a finish for me. 80. Yeah, I like an 80. Good ad.
Okay, line's good.
Good clean
Good
throw
ad.
there from
No line.
Libby
Good
Brundage.
Fine, we got
Should
room
be
right
all
now,
on the
guys.
weight. Line looks
Room.
good.
Got room.
This will
Okay.
turn over. It's all on the weight.
Are we behind T? Pull it back then. 14. Pull it back. Yep. Yep. Pull it back. All the way here. All the way here. Gotta go there.
Just a
yep.
hair deep, so
Yep,
they're trying to
keep
go
going,
around
keep
their
going,
own
keep
stone.
Keep going. Okay.
So now that
Good stretch,
same
Libby.
draw to the top of the 4s, top button is available for
Top button. Here's okay.
Cora
Even
Farrell's squad.
It's great.
So for the third successive shot, we hear top button as the desired shot. We'll see if it can be executed here.
Similar.
By
Second
Jennifer
crack.
Chesky.
Yeah, big shot.
Similar.
Close. Yeah. Oh, room.
Heavy.
Only for weight.
Heavy.
This one
We're
looks
heavy.
deep too.
Curl.
Ice is speeding up a little bit,
Curl.
but it's consistent now. By this point, I think they know where it's
Bounce
at.
here, easy.
At least they're hoping to sit
Okay. Good call. Got
second,
secured there.
Yeah, yeah.
possibly shot.
Can we just hit
Takes
this?
them out of big danger.
Like I don't mind just sitting here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking like hack. So I just sit on the nose. You're gonna move these around. I'd like to kind of move this
Do you
back
like,
a little
yeah. So more than hack?
bit. 12.
And the
12?
problem with playing to the stones in the back here is you may end up covering the pin, but it leaves a freeze back for your opponent where there really isn't anywhere you can go with that stone. I might be tempted to peel the guard in this situation now
Yep. Whoa.
and just deal with the rocks in the house.
Whoa, where?
No.
You really need this to
Yep.
stick around if you're going to play this.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Cutting hard, got to sweep to
Hard,
get
hard,
by their
hard,
own.
Hard. Go, go, go. Hard, hard, hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And they do not.
Okay. 2 on 2. Even here.
Now that same out-turn draw again. And Team McMakin really could put themselves in good position with a freeze here.
Yeah, just freeze it up there, and as he said, you just won't be able to move it out. They just have that whole cluster right in the center of the house.
Line's
Now they
good.
have all the backing in the world and
Top 4.
a guard and a rock in the top of the 12-foot, so you need dynamite to get that rock out if you can ever make this.
We're over curling.
Yes! Keep going, you got it!
Get the rub if you can. Yep, 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 yep. Hard. Go, go, go. Okay. 15.
Not sure why they wanted to go off of that.
Here.
Even if it's dying and over curling, you need to bounce off so that you don't leave your opponent the same shot.
You can go. You can go here.
Yeah, if you can make that out-turn draw.
Try some sort of tap.
I think you want to leave that tap there and play it later
I
if you
think we
can.
go here.
More on this line than
There you
If
go.
you're here. That's fine.
top 8 is fine, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I think they can hear me up here.
Yeah. I think so.
But as we've seen in this end,
Just a little finish.
neither team has been able to quite figure out this weight on this shot.
Okay, line's fine.
85.
because they're all trying this out-turn draw to the top of the 4.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
6.
Whoa, no line, whoa.
Sweepers like the weight right
Coming down
now.
a little.
Curl if anything.
Curl, curl.
Curl if anything.
Looks
Yep,
like that
hard,
hit the
guys.
brakes.
Yep, hard.
Not
Keep it
gonna
going.
get
Yep,
there.
Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Yep. Okay.
Maybe a little different track, but just can't get to that spot. There's a force field around the top of the button right now.
Could have something there. You do have it this way.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Easy peel.
Okay.
Just high here.
Okay. Easy.
Now, Cora Farrell thinks it's easy peasy. See if that's the case here for Christine
Yes!
McMakin.
Yeah. Whoa. 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 Curl.
This one going backwards a little bit.
Okay. That's great.
That gets a decent result.
Good.
Red now shot rock.
Stop on that outside yellow now. Right?
Well, that draw to the
Let's try
button
this
looks pretty
again.
good.
Just try here. The tap is easier than the draw. Good
I mean, we
tap.
just threw the draw with the tap.
Swing and
A
draw.
grimace from you on here on that.
Yeah. I like the
Just
draw.
like
You
to
just threw it.
see somebody
See,
make
wait
that
and
draw.
roll,
That's
curl a little early.
it's been sitting there the
Or
whole
just
end
look
for
at it.
somebody to take control. Just got to be made.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, lots of room. Line's good.
Easy, easy. Yeah, we gotta go.
Let it work if you can.
5.
Okay. Line's good. Line's good.
This one looks like it needs
Keep
to
it
go
going.
too.
Go hard, guys. Hard, yep.
As for all of them, this
Just going to be short once again.
the final shot from Kate Flannery in it.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine, Katie.
Well,
worries.
they're not even quite a guard, so that center draw is sort of still there if they can skim it by.
The outturn definitely still there.
We're thinking brooms
Cora can get
down.
this top
Yeah,
button.
okay.
Good opportunity for McMakin.
Okay, this is a bit wider than what we've been throwing.
I mean, if they can get top button, they have, they're sitting
Let's
2
get to the-
with an opportunity on last rock to maybe tap the stone they have
Okay,
at the
I
8,
like the 14.
just outside the 8. And can you maybe tap it forward? It might glance off the rhinestone, not sure, but well, we'll see what happens here, because first things first, and that is what you've been waiting for, and that is draw to the button.
Felt a little light. I did add a bit.
So outturn draw.
Oh, well done.
Looks like a lot.
Somebody bump him, he's skipping. Although that doesn't really hold
Straight.
anymore. Nobody
Go for
plays
straight.
records
Whoa,
anymore.
Whoa,
so-
whoa, whoa, whoa. You can
Where
curl.
are we?
Curl.
I think this one looks close.
Curl when you can to take some weight off. Yep.
You might have a chance. All right, pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Didn't get real close to the guards, so the
That's pretty
outturn would
good.
still be there if they want to play it. They also have the
How
intern
much of
tap.
yellow do we have? How much of this do we have? Can you see all of this one?
Yeah, probably, but I don't.
Can you
that's-
get?
Yeah. So, I mean, I just needed to curl up enough.
Yeah.
That's the only issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a preference shot now for
Seems
Kim.
That.
Right.
Are they thinking a hit and roll there?
You still do
They're
that.
looking at either playing that same outturn draw, because there is still room to get there, or the intern tap on the yellow stone in the top of the 12-foot.
Draw.
13.5 on her.
Yeah.
This is one of those, whichever one you feel like you're going to make,
They waited on it.
play it. I like the outturn draw still just because I like to leave that yellow stone there if you need it for the last one. And if you don't make the tap, it's very likely McMakin throws that outturn draw herself, and Cora Farrell throws it. You could be looking at 3 and might mess up the angles on the opposite side so you don't have a way in. So I think this is the right call. It's just one of those you got to make.
75 for me.
you can get yourself out of the end and maybe find a skips deuce with your last one if you get lucky, but mostly just trying to put up a point, keep your opponent from stealing a couple as they are sitting 2 right now.
First stone in this third end for Kim Rime. And it's an out-turn draw.
Close.
It is.
Close for line. Well, just clean. Just cleaning.
Whoa! No!
Close.
This is getting a little tight to the guard. It does hook.
No!
Close.
No!
Curl. Curl now.
Yeah, looks pretty
Hard
good.
curl, hard curl,
Needs to
hard curl,
finish.
Hard curl. Hard curl. You're good.
And it does.
That's a really good shot there. I think got shot rock too. So yeah, you ever make that shot? Look at the result. It's perfect. Good shot by Kim Rime. Very important make there.
I'm thinking hack or board. Probably hack, right?
Yeah, I don't
Do
know
you
how
see
skinny
that?
you can get by the 6.
So what's the discussion here with Cora Farrell and
yeah.
Christine McMakin?
I was
it
almost
there?
wondering if you have to throw more weight
To
because you
get
have to
it.
get thicker. But
Yeah.
then
He's trying to figure out if they can play a bump and get to the inside of that yellow stone and roll into the button. I think it's there. You're just throwing a heavy draw. So maybe through the house weight.
I don't mind, like,
Get close to that yellow stone in the top of the 12 foot.
I don't think we can throw too much weight at this.
Yep. I like board.
So there.
Looks like they might be playing a soft hit. I don't think you need to play that much weight. 'Cause you need it to be curling when it gets by that rock in the top of the 12 foot to get the right angle to roll in.
Okay, board weight. Get as much of a roll as we can. Have an inch of space. This looks like max. I don't mind it though for 11.5.
So the final stone here in the third end for Cora Farrell and Team McMakin. And an in-turn draw, and they seem caught between two minds here, Tyler, of do they try and tap on the outside of that stone, or are they going to try and curl in and glance off it?
Need to go to hold the line.
And they hit the one guard, and that is not what they were looking for.
Yeah, over curls and opens up that side.
So just the draw. You got it.
Yeah, I disagree with the weight that they play on that shot. It just makes it so hard
Here.
Like that.
because you have such a small spot to hit on that stone in order to make it. Joel says just play peel and skinny it. You can play that with anything basically from back 12 weight to through the house, almost hack and make it. Anything more than that, and the rock isn't curling enough to get the action you need to.
Yeah. I feel like
I really would have liked to see like a back line somewhere in there and just play it like a heavy draw and chip and roll in, but now wrecking that top one gives Rime a chance for the old skips deuce, the draw to the button.
And Kim Rime letting go of the last rock here in the third end,
Room.
and a chance to increase their advantage to 3-1.
If you gotta go, you can curl.
line's okay. Line's okay. Straight.
You can keep curling. Keep curling. Keep curling.
Okay, listen to
You
Olivia.
gotta be
I don't
careful not to
Straight,
wreck your
straight.
own.
No, you got it. You're good. You're good. Right to the back one.
There you
got it.
go, perfectly done.
Perfect.
Great shot. Nice pair by Kim Rime to get 2 for yellow. Looking like they're in a little trouble going to skip stones, and all of a sudden there's 2.
2 for Rime, 3-1 the advantage. Fourth end is coming up on draw 2 of the 2024 Women's National Curling Championship. Warm Room Hero is the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. Warm Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. Check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club today. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Back at American Dream in the New Jersey Meadowlands for the 2024 Women's National Curling Championships. We're heading to the fourth inning where Kim Rime out in front of Christine McMakin 3-1. McMakin with the hammer. First stone coming from from Katie Rime is a center guard right at the top, and now we turn it over to Claire Moores for Team McMakin. So we're underway here. Cousins out in front of Anderson 3-2 on the strength of their 3-point second end. Strauss leads Shield 2-0. And Peterson and Workin level at 2.
Hard curl. Keep curling it. Yeah, keep going. Keep
Sometimes
going.
curling's a simple game, Joe. I mean, we talked all end about if somebody can make that out-turn draw,
4-7.
you're going to take control of the end. And
Just narrow. Right.
Kim Rime making that beautiful draw on her first,
9-5.
setting up a 2-point end. And really, that could have been a 4 or 5 point swing in making that shot. With McMakin sitting 2, both touching the button under cover. If you don't make that draw on your first, you might not have a shot on your last. And instead ends up making it and setting up a chance to get 2 on her.
Well, and flip side of McMakin makes it, or Cora Farrell, if they make that draw to the button, it's a heck of a steal.
Yeah, and could have been a steal of 2 or 3 with the way those rocks were set up. So such a momentum change with getting that 2-point lead in a situation where you could have been maybe down by 2 or 3. So props to Kim Rime on the great draw weight on both and good reads by the sweepers on both stones.
Top 4.
Room right now.
Second stone from Claire Moores after
Close for straight.
Top 8.
Straight.
Katie Rime peeled away
Straight.
her first stone, which she had a biter there at the top of the house.
Keep going.
Claire's
hard.
first crossed the center guard that I believe they were trying to go around.
That's fine.
Ended up in the rings. So hit and replaced
Just
by
close again. If you get a little.
Yeah.
Katie Rime.
9-5.
Now that one wrecks and rolls into the rings as well. So out-turn hit attempt for Libby Brundage.
Tight. Yep.
And a junior camp with Libby up in at the Country Club
Yep. Gotta go.
outside
Hard,
Boston,
really hard.
Massachusetts.
Yep, really hard.
Site of
Yes,
the
hard for a piece. Hard.
99 Ryder Cup, the U.S. Open, I believe, 2022, just a couple of years ago.
No. Just tight. Yeah, you're.
A lot of fun working with Libby. She's great with the juniors, too. Got to go into the locker room,
Top 8.
the country club for the golf course,
Okay.
and see all
Okay,
the
line is
the
good.
scenic pictures of
Top
the
4.
former champions, the Justin Leonard celebration from the long putt they made in the 99 Ryder Cup. Walk the course, feel like a part of history.
Well, it's
Really cool trip there. Love my time
You both needed more
with
ice there. 14.
TCC Brookline.
Francis, we met. You go all the way back, what?
Absolutely,
1913,
yep.
so.
Also up on the walls there, of course.
Armo. Yeah. Okay. I mean.
Just
yeah.
get goosebumps walking
You
around
got it.
that
I
place.
got it.
Just a
Got it.
fantastic experience.
9-5.
Libby Brundage out turn here, and
Little up. Whoa.
Girl.
Whoa.
Girl.
Things spiraling just a little bit right now for
it's going to hit on the nose.
Team McMakin.
Okay.
Need to make a couple draws here just to get that rhythm going again.
Fade to top 4.
Now we're back here at time to draw to the button. Top of the 4.
Yeah, time to make an out-turn draw. Rocks are staggered a little in the front, so if you can get around,
A lot of room.
there isn't really a run back.
Close for close. T-line. Curl.
I like the line here.
Okay.
Doesn't need to curl a lot.
3-9. Place it here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Well
deep.
then.
Just needs to settle. Want to stay above the tee line. Good shot by Jenna.
There goes
3-9. Good judge.
buried behind that guard at the top of the house. It seems to me that at time that stone goes in the part of the back is like curl, 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 and then they don't realize it seems that it curls more than they think when it gets to the end. So it's like curl, curl, oh no, not that much.
Yeah, you need to think of it more in terms of projecting the path of the stone that you've seen, not we're not close to the guard.
90?
'Cause you don't need to get very close to these guards in order to bury with how hard they're finishing. It's not a crazy amount of curl. It's a great amount. This is player's ice right now. It's shot-making ice. So you can make the hack and board weight shots because of the movement you're getting, but it's not such a large amount of curl that it's hard to control. You can still affect it with sweeping. So you have to think of the path of the stone, not about, it looks like we're going to clear the guard by a lot. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You saw where that stone ended up. It got by probably a good 4 or 5 inches on a tight guard and still completely buried.
So first stone of the fourth end for Christine McMakin.
Whoa, whoa. Close. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl.
Just needs to finish a little bit.
Curl. Hard curl, Jenna.
Doesn't quite get to the inside,
No, it was
but
just-
good angles
Yeah, through
for
it,
Team
great.
McMakin with where these rocks are lined up.
Yeah. Can we run that outside one?
Try to hit something.
Run the outside one?
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
It's
I
gonna
think it jammed
jam.
on that one.
I think.
This one. Can we run the second yellow?
This one?
Yeah.
That one's not so bad. The outside one, yeah, maybe that's what they were referring to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. Just gets it in there.
So I
Because when you heard outside,
Ideally,
you're
you're
thinking
trying
this
to
one to the
run
far
here,
right.
That's what
Like,
Kim
as
was
full as
thinking
you
when she
can.
pointed out there, too.
Okay. What do you like?
But
like a 9?
The good thing with this one is
if we hit it thin and
whether
hit
you
the side
make
back,
the run or not, there's no stagger on the guards anymore. So at least you're opening it up a little bit, and you can use that guard for a run. Again, we mentioned earlier in the end the way the rocks were staggered. If you get underneath it, it's going to take 2 shots to open it up. This way you can open things up and possibly make a run back, too.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And Kate Flannery, no, she's not going to get that outside, and it's just going to.
Yeah, it does open
Missed
things
it.
up a little bit at least, but yeah, you really wanted to move that other yellow stone if you could.
I don't know that I love this.
Okay. Okay. I like the tap and like roll under. Yeah. Yeah. I think we have to move that yellow.
You ever put it back?
It's a good time to talk a
I
little
like
bit
the
about
tap
this
and
one.
roll.
It's an important shot with the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
What are the options here, though? Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, you can just draw around that top yellow one. You can
Yeah.
play a tap.
I'm gonna give you just a
You
On the
tap it,
rock
you
in the
try
top
and
of the
freeze
4 foot.
into them between them, or
You're trying to move your stone that's in the top of the 4 foot with a tap back to frozen on the other yellow and sit in front of it. So it's really
Okay.
difficult to get more than one red stone out.
Close. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So you just want to cross just a hair. You don't want to over curl. You got to get 3/4 to the inside. Well, that's a really nice shot. Well done. I like that a lot.
That's pretty good.
Nice weight, nice sweep. You see how difficult it is to remove those stones, and having that position above the tee line again, so important.
Yeah. Right. Because it's that more than the house.
Now a little bit of a jam
Yeah.
for Team Rhyme with the angles.
Yeah.
You could slash the
Unless you
top
wanna cut
red
this
and
way.
clear both,
I kinda
but
like freezing
that
this
other
way.
red's still staying.
right?
Because if it's a corner freeze. No, we're third. Freezing this way.
Red is sitting 2 right now as well.
And what
This
you
way,
can't
this way we
see,
might get second. I I like that.
On the other side of Katie Rhyme there pretty much. If she moved there, she moves her head a little bit. You see that
They're curling
stone
hard
at the
enough
top of the
end.
12 that makes it so much more difficult.
Yeah, if you wait
This will
on
be
it,
an
it'll curl
aggressive
different
call,
and come
too.
down.
A 2-point lead, I
you got it.
think I'd be tempted to just try to slash those two reds out. You know, Kim does like to play the draw game, and she's playing to her strength. But there's a small area to draw to for this freeze to outcount the red number 2 counter.
Yeah. This is what? Okay. Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't grab so aggressively. Can I give you like what I gave you last end?
They haven't really played this line in a while either. Played the out turn going down on this end, basically the entire end. So you got to pay close attention to the speed here.
Gave it quite a bit with my arm. My kick speed was really slow. Oh,
Whoa, no line.
room, no line.
No line.
No
Curl.
line, guys.
I think the
Curl,
line's
go.
pretty close. This is going to
Curl.
turn.
If you gotta go curl.
Straight.
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 Hard
Hard,
straight.
guys.
Hard straight.
Hard, 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 hard.
Roll off this one
Go,
as far as
go,
you
go,
can.
go. Roll it off,
this
roll
as
it
far
off.
as you
Gonna
can. Okay, good.
Yeah, it ended up being short, but again, same as you mentioned before, Joe,
14-4.
the path of the stone, they're seeing so much space between
Yeah, I was gonna say
where the
I-
line currently is and where they're trying to end up, and not mapping that path out in their mind on how much you expect it to curl. So halfway down, they think it needs to go. and
Right.
They're sweeping
It's just
to
whatever
turn it
you-
over, which also takes a little speed off of it as well.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
So just underestimating the amount of finish that they're getting on these stones.
There is movement. Yep.
So now for Cora Farrell. They have 2 right now.
10-5 and flop to Claire's way in the 8th.
A great opportunity.
Not necessarily very.
It's like they're
Am
playing
I
a
being greedy to try and set up for
Yeah.
more than 2, or do you just want to protect the 2?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing hit, looks like, right now. I don't think that. I mean, you could nestle right in, like, with a little freeze bump on that line and set up maybe a 4 or somewhere in there. They're thinking that
So
they're just
get
gonna,
greedy.
Yeah, they're trying to make them look at as many as they can right now. And throwing this soft weight
Yep.
hit.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa. Roll it. Roll
I
it.
don't know if
Roll
that's
it.
the soft weight, but
Good.
soft enough.
That's pretty soft by their standards for a hit.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause she's not
So
gonna
there
be
may
hard
be
to
a
do.
hit and roll to hold them to 2 points now.
I've been doing
So I thought maybe they could just play that little tap again and
Limiting it to 2.
keep that yellow for backing and still sit 3 or 4.
Yeah, but then it's 3.
Now it's a matter
This
of
way we could come down to 2.
playing damage control. How do you hold them? If you give up a 2 here, you're still tied with the hammer, but you're looking at 4. So you almost look at giving up a 2 as a good result at this point.
this.
I like that little hit and roll on the red one on the side of the 8-foot and rolling into the pocket if you're going to try to hold them to 2.
9-5.
So important to get the roll.
So you don't just want to try and smash them out.
I don't know that there's a shot to get more than 2 of them out, so you're still giving a shot for 3 by doing that.
Normal.
It's a circus shot if you're trying to remove more than 2.
Well, this morning we were talking about trying to have fun with some of these shots.
And league, maybe, sure. Fun for us and fun for them are a little different right now.
So the national championships aren't the time to throw the shot that you go, I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Close.
Not generally, no.
Curl.
Not for teams that end up on the podium usually.
There you go. And so Kim Rhyme there is the hit. Does she get the roll?
Real good.
Yeah, it does roll for 3rd count. The question is,
I don't know that we have anything
if you hit that
with that, do we?
red, what you can see of it, does the yellow, even if you lose your own, go over the top? I don't know that it does, but there is an in-turn draw. for a third point around the outside. So I don't think you're messing with those stones in the middle.
You think so?
I think the inturn's probably a little easier. You can make the out turn too, and they've seen the out turn line a little more.
I think it's more likely this way.
I like the in if you know the speed.
Probably like that, yeah.
I think this will be like similar to LSD speed, like
Yeah.
6 feet slower.
Yeah.
So they're saying 6 feet slower than
so
what
full-
the draw of the
full
button is
forward
right
here.
now, but they think it's close to the
We're
speed
thinking
it
it'll be
was
similar to
pregame
our
for the
first
last
practice
shot draw.
LSD speed. Yeah, would you say 3.5?
So definitely a bit of a guess on the speed.
Okay, just bring it to the tee line.
Cora Farrell. Final stone here for Team McMakin in the fourth end. Sitting 2, but could be a chance for 3 if she can execute an in-turn draw here, tuck it around
Easy.
the stones from Tim Rhyme, and
Line-
draw to the 4 foot.
Line looks pretty close. It is going to hook at the end.
Yeah.
Just get it to the
14
tee
for
line
you
if you
guys to set
can,
up
but
the
doesn't
first
look like
couple
it's going to
over.
get
That's
there.
fine. 2?
The draw path was pretty good. I think that's where they needed to be. Just, again, a little guess on the weight, but they do get there too. Tie this game up.
So 3-3 after 4 ends between McMakin and Rhyme at the 2024 Women's National Championships.
Let's curl, DFW.
Let's curl DFW.
Let's curl DFW.
DFW でぜひカーリングしましょう。
Queremos hielo delicado en Dallas. ¡Vamos, Dallas!
Into the 5th end, level at 3 between Christine McMakin and Kim Rhyme. Elsewhere, Peterson leading Warkin 4-2. Strauss in front of Shield 4-1. First stone here from Tim McMakin and Claire Moores. And are they going to make the hog line? Just
Okay,
barely.
that will work, Claire. Good sweeping. Try this top 8.
And the other match, Cousins now opening up a 3-point advantage over Team Anderson, 5-2.
A big 2 in the 4th end there for Cousins to get that 3-point lead after a force in the first and a force in the third. So, again, curling 101.
Yep,
You put up the crooked numbers, your opponent puts up the straight one, and
4-5.
you're going to have a real good chance of winning the game. The old curling math.
Guys, yep, hard, 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 hard. Yep, hard. Okay, whoa, whoa, leave it now, leave it now.
A couple center guards up now, so good situation for
Yesterday where stuff like kind
Team McMakin to try to set up a steal opportunity.
of- Top 12. 3.
Yep,
Top 8.
yep.
Top 12.
Line's good.
Claire Moore's looking on
Top
as
8.
they've begun
Top
sweeping.
8.
Yep. Yep, you got
Top
it.
8. We're top 8. We're top 8. Easy,
Can you
easy.
curl it? Curl it. Curl it, curl it.
We're top 4.
Okay. Okay, we should get there then.
Don't want this any
Good.
deeper.
Great call.
Pretty good.
4-5 there.
we got
Just
it,
to
it's
a
fine.
key.
Just a hair deeper than they
Yeah.
would have liked, but so that allows the freeze for Team Rhyme. But still good. That's if your team without hammer and you're under 2 guards on the top of the button, that's a win after 3 shots in the end.
Yep. Line's good.
Katie Rhyme
Yep. Yep. Hard guys. Yep. Hard
Can she basically curl this to the top of the four
Yep. Keep it going
and
hard.
freeze it up
Keep
against
going hard. Hard, hard, hard.
the
Get it
stone that
right.
was just
Go, go, go,
played
go, go,
by
go,
Claire
go, go, go,
Morris?
go.
Yeah, a little
They're
trouble
gonna be tough in
now.
the house.
Okay.
3 guards up top, and 2 of them are your own when you have hammer.
Fire
That's
3.
not an ideal situation. Keep an eye on the speed here and see if things are slowing down a little again. Big shot for Jenna Bercheski, trying to bury another one
Let it work.
around these 3 center guards and take control of this end.
Okay, place it here. Line's good. Okay,
We're
line
deeper.
is good.
We're deeper.
This one is going to come up short too, so playing it to another center.
That's great. Really good. Feel. We just get this top one, that's fine. Let's play it this way though.
Yeah.
Time to bail here, sounds like, for Team Rhyme. The early bail, which you see a lot when your leads first 2 both come up short. This one going backwards a little bit. Think she has a piece though.
Okay, good.
Ends up just fine.
Okay. Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little higher yet again from Bercheski. As long as you're making them chase, don't pile the rocks up and make it easier to make a double peel and clear the
Halfway
front.
high.
Let it work a bit.
We're deeper.
Okay, close for curl.
We're almost down
Right.
2 hours.
Okay, get it on the center line, underneath it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Yeah.
So maybe a chance to get 3 of these guards moving if you hit this just right.
Thinking about going up.
Playing the higher one, you could play the first red one for your first hit, or you could play the yellow and slash in. They are playing the yellow. So really like to get as many of these moving as they can.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Libby Brundage is
Hard. Hard.
second.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This one over curls.
Okay. Okay.
Clears all their own.
It leaves those 2 reds still angled off too,
Red
so
throw. Yeah, just more ice, I think.
now time to maybe go on the offensive for
Okay. I felt good about how I threw it too.
Farrell. You saw Christine McMakin make that really nice draw tap that set up the 2-point end in the 4th.
A lot of room.
Can she do that again here with an in-turn draw?
A lot of
I
room.
just want to tuck it behind those top 2.
Again, they're calling a lot of room, but the line's really good. It's actually curling plenty.
Yep, line's really good.
Line's perfect if the weight's good.
Yep, yep, you got it, right here. Yep, whoa, easy now.
Pretty good shot.
Great. 14-6.
Essentially, anytime you hear a lot of room right now, probably means they're pretty close.
Yep. Either that or you can run this.
Another good shot
Get
by
to here.
Christine.
Okay.
So here for Kate Flannery.
Yep.
Really hooked that one over the top on the release.
Go.
You could see that right out of hand.
On the top. Okay.
Just tight.
Yeah, I think so. What?
I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking. High.
We can come around this way now.
Okay. Okay, I like that as long as.
Once again, Christine McMakin
So this side is that slightly a little faster
Really
side,
just-
right? And we're if we're top 8, that's okay.
being asked to draw to the top of the 4 pretty much.
If you're sitting in the hack,
I don't mind this way.
you don't have hammer, and you have 2 guards and 2 behind
way
it,
looks
and
like
that's
the way
basically
they're
all
gonna
you see,
play.
and you're
Yeah.
throwing. You're feeling pretty good.
Top 4.
Yep. So this is a little faster.
A nod from Mr. Dietz in the booth. He likes it if he's red. Wonderful
Christine.
staff up here in the booth, along with Joe and I, Joel Dietz, Matt Wall, John Benton, working tech tirelessly over to our left here.
Because while you watch us here and we watch Christine McMakin's stone draw in here, are they going to get by their own two at the top? They are not.
That works.
Does
They're
catch
kind of
the
set up another guard.
second
Yeah.
guard. Still not much of a way in, but it does give a couple possible double opportunities.
Here, Katie.
So may
Go
have
firm.
helped Team Rhyme. The ability to possibly move. It's one of the top 12s. They really like to make the double on the number 3 and the number 1 counter. If it hangs a little, you could just double off the top 2, but McMakin would have a good chance of getting underneath again.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Need to clear 2 reds here.
Hard.
Yes, hard.
that's the goal for Kate Flannery. There's one,
There you
there's 2.
That's a big shot there.
And what I was
Again-
pointing out before with the crew, you said, well, everybody watching us sees this. They have 3 other sheets that they're getting out there as well in case you want to. You don't have the wonderful commentary of Tyler George, but you may be able to catch up and see what Tabitha Peterson's doing or maybe Sarah Anderson's team on the other streams that we have.
Hey, I had a 4-3 on Christine's, and I think that
Yeah,
was
we only have to
close.
pay attention to 1 game. These guys have got to cover 4.
Top 4, okay.
Unbelievable the work that they're doing. It takes a village, right, John? So chance to get back underneath now for Cora Farrell on her first important draw.
Not as much.
Like to come right to the top of the 4-foot again.
Line's good. Pulls for
Yep.
straight.
Yep. You gotta go.
Yep, bring it.
This is dying. Really need to
Yep,
carry
you
it.
got it hard. Get it in.
Heard 14-8, so that's
Whoa,
probably going to
whoa.
be top ring somewhere in there. And now a chance
I like this way. You do this too.
for
Angela.
Rhyme
Perfect, so.
with the angles the way they're set up.
Riley does like this way, but
Okay. I mean, you
Could
did
play
both.
either
Two
turn,
angles,
get
so-
buried, and maybe find another skip's deuce as she did in the 3rd.
okay, drop. Leaving at 14-9, yeah. Yeah. Okay, what I've been giving you is okay.
Line's real good.
Kim Rhyme likes it.
Stay straight. Stay straight. Straight. Line's gonna be close.
I don't think
leave
this
it.
one's going
Whoa,
to get
whoa.
there.
Leave it.
Well, for just 3,
Just
leave it.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Don't kill yourself.
That's going to
fine.
be a ways short.
Not great, but
Okay. Yeah, I would.
So another opportunity for
I like the same.
McMakin to get
Fine,
underneath
for sure.
again.
It was just whether or not we take a little bit more ice. 'Cause I think
yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Such an important shot
I do
now
think that this is
for Cora Farrell with her last. If they can get back into the top 4s, really put the pressure on Kim Rhyme on her final shot.
Okay, so this is a bit more ice. Okay. Do you think it will be a touch stiffer? Maybe a hair. Yeah. I'm thinking I could do a similar kick with a more positive release. Do you like that? Top 4 here.
So Cora Farrell, her final rock here in the 5th, and an opportunity to really put some pressure on Kim Rhyme
line's good.
and put Team McMakin in
Okay, easy
nice
now.
position
Let
for
it
a steal.
work. Let it work. Let it work.
I like the line. This will
Let it
finish.
Curl. Got a curl. Got a curl. Hard curl. Hard curl. Go hard. Go.
Now you got to try to take the inside away.
Go.
Well, actually, the first one we didn't see take a hard turn. I thought that was pretty close to the line they needed to be on.
Buried, yeah.
They don't have the inside, so it does make that side tougher.
I mean, you threw this draw perfect too, Enzo.
It's just a decision of what Kim wants to play. You can play the out turn draw. You can play the hack weight nose. You can play the heavy draw and chip in off on the out turn side. This is the cleanest, simplest shot. Just a draw to the 4-foot.
Maybe 4 foot. I gotta give you more. Okay. I gotta give you like. Okay.
Last rock for Kim Rime here in the 5th inning, trying to prevent a steal by Team McMakin. And what we've seen the last few stones here, Tyler, we'll find out here, is there enough weight on this?
Line's real good.
Sweepers like it right now.
Line's real good.
Certainly not heavy.
Line's real
They
good.
need
Stay
to go a
straight.
little bit.
Hard straight, hard
Trying to
straight.
carry it
Hard
far
straight,
enough.
hard,
It's
hard,
over
hard,
curling now.
Real hard, real hard, real hard. It really came down, didn't it?
Yeah, it just turned over and dies.
Too red, too red.
Ends up 2 red. We heard 13-9 the call, so maybe losing a little bit of speed right now.
Down.
So a steal of 2 for Team McMakin to go up 5-3 at the midway point of this national championship draw 2 match between McMakin and Rime. And it's time for the mid-game break, brought to you by Broom Fitters, where you'll find a selection of curling brooms, shoes, and equipment, along with unique curling apparel, gifts, and more. Visit broomfitters.com for good curling gear. Back at American Dream for the 2024 USA Curling National Championships. This is draw 2 on the women's side. And you can see at the mid-game breaks, Tabitha Peterson. Well, back-to-back twos in the 4th and 5th ends and up 6-2 over Rachel Workin. Delaney Strauss leading Miranda Shield 4-3. Elizabeth Cousins out in front of Sarah Anderson 5-4. And in our feature match, Christine McMakin just stealing 2 to go up 5-3 against Kim Rime. Glad you've joined us. Joe Tollison, 2018 gold medal winner Tyler George. And as you watch the Curling National Championships, maybe you want to make sure you have the right USA Curling apparel. And you can find that by going to usacurling.org. Right at the top of the home page, there's a banner that says new merch available here. Click on that, peruse the offerings, and get your pick. Matt has picked out a nice blue vest, I think.
I like the vest, too. Yeah. Matt looks good in that thing. These red pullovers are awfully nice, though. The uniformity of the crew up here, we look good. Get yourself some merch.
Okay, it is running. We can go here.
So Kim Rime again with the hammer after the steal by McMakin. So first shot here coming from Claire Moores.
And really this game so far, Joe, has been all about who's going to make that draw to get position. There's been multiple opportunities for both teams, especially with a lot of these draws coming up short. The guards are staggering off so that if you get underneath, you really have total control of the end. And they've struggled a little bit with the speed. We think it may be slowing down a little bit, and it's kind of been a...
Well, it seemed it was slow early, sped up, and now it's slowing down again.
Yeah, that graph kind of dipped and then went back up again with starting a little slower than we got up to the speed that we've seen for the first couple draws of the tournament, and now slowing down again. We heard maybe a 13-8 on that last draw from Kim Rime, which earlier in the first 2 draws, and even maybe a couple ends ago, might have been back 4, back 8 type of weight. Now with sweeping for a third of the shot, ended up getting only to the top of the 12-foot. So keeping a close eye on this speed, seeing if maybe we're losing a little bit. When talking with head ice maker Sean Olesen between draws today, Sean said that he was happy with the conditions so far. Just wanted that last 5%, which meant he wanted to get a couple quicker, or a couple tenths quicker. So it was right in that 14 range for dead draw weight, 14 seconds hog to hog. They wanted to get it up to that 14.4, 14.5 area, which is what we usually see for our national speed. But right now, again, if we're in the mid-13s, it's going the opposite direction with maybe some temperature changes here in the mall. And so hard to regulate those things in foreign venues. You know, they've looked at it for a week going in, obviously, with setting the ice up. But a venue that's never hosted a curling event before, then it's a constant battle with the ice makers and the conditions and things changing, trying to figure out how to keep things in ideal conditions for the athletes. And I wouldn't trust anybody more than Sean in the world to do that.
Katie Rime with her second shot. Will try and bury it behind that corner guard and does a pretty nice job of it.
Just a little bit peeking out there, but pretty good shot from Katie.
Yeah, I do too. I think we wait one more. That way if you get the guard, it's okay.
And Cora Farrell goes all the way over to the left side of the ice.
T-line! T-line!
Jenna Bercheski lets this go.
It's running like it's very
almost
heavy.
through. No, it's, yeah, that was a complete lie.
Curl!
That was a complete
Curl, you gotta tuck a piece!
complete lie.
Hard! Curl, you gotta
You
go,
know,
you gotta go!
you love the honesty from your teammates, and I really enjoy watching these two teams, especially. They have really good rapport from each other. And you heard Christine there trying to call weight as it's coming down the sheet and called just through, and then Rock kind of turned over, slowed down, and she called herself out, said, that was a complete lie. Twice. It's not a lie, Christine. It's just a read that you're adjusting. But the accountability is always good, Joe, with teammates Now, you're not going to make every read correctly. You're not going to throw every rock correctly. But being accountable, calling yourself out means a lot to your teammates.
And
nice shot there.
Yeah. Libby Brunja hit and roll towards the top of the fort. Doesn't quite get it
Either
to
that
roll
or the
behind.
double. Either that or the double.
Well, that was a really good
It's still at
result.
the top.
Moving that second rock back to the back eights, too, and
I like
being
that.
half buried.
Yeah, is the double there?
Good shot.
Yeah.
And you can hear is the double there.
And I mean, if you get the guard, that's still fine.
You got to throw a bomb to make that one. That's a long roll and
Yep.
a little bit flat.
It's not terrible if you catch that one.
Yep.
Hit what you see.
You got it.
So Jenna Bercheski again.
Easy.
The word from
Well,
Cora Farrell was hit what you see.
Hard curl.
okay.
Not able to make contact with that first stone.
I think
So
we're going here.
Yeah.
opening now for Rhyme to hit this back stone and sit free. I like the hit here. It's not really a spot where you want to play a draw because you can make this other rock in the top of the 12-foot count. And spread the rocks out a little bit, too. There's not a great opportunity for a double, even with
11.
Yep.
3 stones in the house. So
11.
Whoa.
Whoa.
just hit this and roll away a little bit if you can.
Curl.
Curl.
This has got to turn, though, to stick around.
Hard.
Trying to get it to turn, and just enough
You got a
to
10.
make contact, but not to do any damage.
Was I
10.
10?
Just popped that a little bit and ran straight. It's kind of in between that path where you get it to turn, too. If it gets close to the center line, I think they would have got the curl they needed. Maybe overthrown just a touch, too.
I may not look it from our angle, but Cora Farrell said we're still one.
All right, just for me. Whoa, whoa!
This one needs to curl a bunch, too.
Curl for a piece.
Hard, Jenna! Hard!
They get this one, roll it in, but it's going to go by.
Yeah. All right. I think it's still the same thing. Okay, I've only got a sliver now. Either that or you could just draw here. I kind of like getting rid of this.
12.
Hack.
12?
12.
So 12 is going to be right around hack weight.
Yeah, at 12. We'll be ready.
Can't see much of it, but
Got it.
don't have to get real close to the guard to stick around. Kim was correct in 2 pretty good options with this shot.
Yes.
Close. Yep.
12-5.
Yep.
If you play the draw, they're probably following with their own draw, and if it's refrozen, then
Close.
Close.
maybe
yeah.
difficult to get more than one.
Hard.
Yes,
Hard.
yes, yes, yes,
Hard.
yes, yes,
Hard.
hard,
Hard. Yes, hard. Okay.
All right, good shot. Got a little tight there, but
Kind of like to get rid of it, and they do just that.
11-5.
see the look on Kate's face that, that did get a little close for comfort. But sticks around. Would like to roll away a little bit more if they could. Actually made it too good, getting that close to the guard. So now there's a short hit and roll back for Christine McMakin on the outturn side.
Close. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Curl.
Hard curl.
Hard curl clear. Hard.
Trying to get it over the top, but can't quite get there.
Nose
Just
in
ends
it.
up on nose.
Same thing, Katie. If we get a little roll open, that's good. You can throw 10 and a half.
10-5, yeah. 10-5 for the roll. You got it.
Kate Flannery here. You heard Kim Rhymes, same thing.
10-5.
Which could be
11.
her shot could also be
Stay close.
same thing they had, but let's see if we can pull it off.
Yes.
And not quite hit it right on the nose is what happened with Christine McMakin.
I really like to roll this and get away if they can. Rolls a little, so it makes the roll a little tougher.
I like 10-5 to get a better roll now.
And the tendency on that shot, Joe, is you're playing for 2 and you really want to make sure you stick around first and you don't get too aggressive with the sweep. Especially when you're playing a soft weight like that, there may be a point coming down the sheet where it doesn't even look like you're making contact because it is going to curl at some point. So anticipating the curl and calling it early enough to roll it away is a little dicey because rolling out is besides flashing, it is your worst case scenario when you're trying to make sure at 2. At least you're forcing your opponent to make that roll against you when you stick around. They would love to get another couple feet of roll and take that shot away, but still set up for a 2 right now.
Cora Farrell lets this go.
Curls and doesn't clear their yellow stone. Big opportunity now for Rhyme, already sitting 2. And Joe, if you can throw this in a spot where you're sitting first and second with the rock that's already in the top of the 8-foot and your shooter, you could throw this under the corner if you're Rhyme. Well, and have your number 1 and number 2 undercover. You make your opponent think about having to hit the number 3 just to give you 3 points. I like this call a lot. Going under the corner, if you can bury this here, it's an interesting decision from McMakin.
I don't know. Do you like the draw open? I kind of
No, you don't want the draw open, Kim. You want to get under that corner.
I don't know.
And when you say the corner, you're talking the one out to the right here.
Yes, this yellow corner guard. If you get underneath that and sit 3,
like 14,
you're making your opponent make a decision about having to hit an open stone and give you 3 points.
Okay, some may look, they'll go, why don't you try and bury behind the shot stone you have?
Well, you're basically daring your opponent to play that shot.
Okay.
If they play that, they could give up 4. And where the yellow stone is located, you may be able to raise it back into whatever draw they make anyways.
Just a 6. Just a 6. Look. Whoa.
You really want to bury a piece of this if you can.
Just here. Whoa.
I like that spot a lot. That's good.
That's okay.
A little deeper than they
14-2.
liked.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, if it's a foot higher, then I don't think they're looking at the freeze. So they do have an out.
4-5, so.
Still, if this freeze is made, you're drawing for 2. So yeah, that just glide a little farther than they wanted. Thought that was digging actually, but just kept carrying. Yeah, I heard the same from Team Rhyme, thinking that rock was going to hit the brakes.
Just high, right? Yes. You had a 4-2? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, really 2 options now with where these rocks ended up. The outturn draw you talked about, Joe, would come around the red and the yellow and try to bury it deep in the back 4 so that there is no little short run to that stone, or the freeze on the rock that was just thrown. But even a freeze on this line, still probably give up a draw for 2 to tie the game. So need to lock this stone on and be careful of once it starts turning. If it gets across the center, you can't over curl.
Well, but simply put, Cora Farrell's objective with this final stone of the end for Team McMakin is just minimize damage.
Yeah, you're at least cutting your opponents out of a couple points if you can make this freeze. Giving up a 2 is not a bad result at all right now.
Right on the
Because if you don't pull it off, you could give up 4 or 5.
Could be a 4-point end.
Keep it going, you got it!
Needs to go.
You got it hard! Good, good for him.
That's
Great, sweet.
maybe good enough. Might be able to get to the inside if you skinny the guard with
Take the 3.
solid hack
Play
weight.
it cute, and this rolls to here, and it catches and rolls to here.
I think if I'm
I think
Team
that's
Rhyme, I'm having a go at this. Boy, they're taking a tight broom at it. Maybe they're playing a little more weight and trying to nose for 3 instead and play off of the yellow.
I think it's gonna catch. I gotta hit it so thin.
It is really thin. It is really
I have to
thin.
hit it so thin.
So I have to
Oh,
hit it
she's
so
looking
thin.
at playing it over the top. No, you want to try to cross this if
Which
you
is
can.
gonna catch that one, which is maybe 2.
Yeah. You like an 11 then to get the inside? Because we got to get it all the way out. And
I mean,
the
I
back
don't
of the house is
like.
flat.
We can just get our 2 here. It's
Okay,
just fine.
hit
Like,
two.
let's try. Maybe
2.
we try and hit it back.
Okay. And just
try
get the
and
2.
hold here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, an 11 is fine. Yeah, a little more.
I think they're playing the outside of the stone, trying to catch it
Angles are
high.
great for us.
And there
like,
really isn't a shot for more than 2 anyways, so
an 11. I think we're just trying to get our 2. Like, we just hit that roll over a little bit. Yeah.
I thought maybe they'd have a go at skinning the guard and trying to get to the inside for possibly 4, at least a 3. You could also throw it firm and hit it right on the nose. You lose your own yellow, but the shooter stays and you get 3. But electing just to play for the 2-point end.
Yes! Whoa! Whoa!
Yep. Yep.
Yes! Yes!
And let's see if this last rock by Kim Rhyme can accomplish that.
Roll. Okay, no, you're good. You're good.
And it will be for 2. So 6 ends in the book. And this one is 5-5 between McMakin and Rhyme. 7th end coming up as we continue with the USA Curling National Championships.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
So after 6 ends, Christine McMakin and Kim Rhyme, they are level 5-5. And they have just posted a score here in the arena. Elizabeth Cousins picking up 1 in the 6th. They go up 6-4. Tabitha Peterson leading 6-4 over Rachel Workin. And Scheel and Strauss are level 4-4.
First shot going into the house for
You gotta go.
unorthodox.
Just going to trade this, are we?
Okay.
Oh, and they don't get the hit on it they wanted.
Tight.
Yeah, I think she's been
Tie game going to the 7th. Now you have 4 ends to play. This is when you really start thinking about. So generally in a tie game in the 7th, you're starting to think about odd end, even end. So as a team without the hammer, you want somebody to score here. If you can get the steal, great. The force is good too. Going into the house, now they got a little lucky because they got the flash on the hit. But going in, then you're allowing your opponent to trade hits.
to
and
center.
eliminate that end. They get the blank. Now you've made it into a 3-end game where the team with hammer gets hammered twice. So I'm not sure if I didn't see where they held the broom to start or where they tapped. If they were calling it in, then that's a mistake because you're allowing your opponent to peel out. If it just ended up deep, that's another thing. But yeah, this is really the first end of the game in a 10-end game that really matters for
Top 4.
trying to get hammer in the even ends.
Close, straight. Straight. Line's okay. Wait only.
Second stone here
We're behind the tee.
3, 5.
from Claire Moores as McMakin has the hammer, and they're going to just try and a little deeper than they wanted. It's not even going to stay buried behind that guard.
Yeah, I don't like the call for the draw there either. With, again, just one open stone, you can hit any kind of rollout. You can peel out and get the blank, and you can still go for a cheap 2 later in the end if you need to. But playing the draw in this situation, you're basically eliminating your chance of blanking by putting more rocks in play, more rocks in the house.
Line's fine, guys. We got room right now. Lots of room. Line's okay. Still not grabbing. Still not curling. You look a little hot. 13-4.
So
And again, on your whole 3-end scenario, that's exactly the plan you're talking about. If they can blank, they carry the hammer for 8 and 10 in theory.
Yeah, in the 5th end, I don't think it really makes a big difference. But for the 7th, you really need to start positioning for the last 3 ends. If your opponent's going to let you trade out, then you take it. And if you're Ryan, you really want to force a score of some kind in this end. You know, 1 for either team is good in this situation.
No, I think we're clearing. I think that we play it like, I don't care if we get rid of that red. I don't mind that either, I guess.
And that stone that was
I think I
just
like
behind
that.
the button there
Let's do that. Yep. Even nose, I think
covered
is
about
fine.
50%
I think nose is fine.
by that center
Nose
guard.
is fine.
But first stone of the end for Jenna Bercheski.
It's tough to blank now.
I honestly don't care if we kill that red. Like, I don't know if it's
And they're talking about the
I mean,
blank,
but this is
but they
staying
didn't
here
really
now.
do that on the
Can you
previous
play- if
shot
you play off
when they
this
played
one?
the draw around.
It probably goes. It just takes
Yeah.
the red with it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's tough
Okay,
to blank
I
at this
like
point.
I like a firm or peel. Okay. Firm.
You're hitting the one on the center line first. Yeah, and we're going to take the red with it because the red's not helping us. Yeah.
So what are they? Is this what you affectionately call parking lot weight?
No, I don't think they're throwing a bomb here.
Okay.
This is just a
Whoa.
it's peel weight, but not your up
We're getting a
parking
tab
lot
right
clearing
here.
weight.
They do hit that stone first. Will they get the yellow one out?
That's good.
That's
Jenna.
much better than it was.
Better. Inside roll.
If you have a pile of stones in the forefoot, especially in the back of the forefoot, and as they mentioned, yeah, having the blank opportunity is pretty unlikely. And these are what we call 0 or 2 ends, where if you get the blank, great. If you get 2 points blank, great. But
Close.
Yes.
you're not
Wilson
playing
up.
all out for 2 right from the get-go if they're giving you the opportunity to keep
Whoa.
things open.
Whoa.
And Libby Brundage trying to hit and roll here.
Yes. Hard. No roll.
Hit off the red and see if they can bury behind it. It's not going to bury.
Good weight. 10-3.
And
Actually.
can you out turn on this right side for a double? That's
I don't think
on
you
the
wanna-
delayed blank plan.
Yeah, I think I'd still want to stick around here. You want your opponent to be the one that makes the half mistake that gives you the out to get the blank if it's there. The double's not a very easy shot.
Close. Yeah.
And if you roll out, now you're allowing your opponent to draw under that center and take control.
Yes. Hard, Christine. Hard roll. Okay.
That's not a bad result there, though. That sticks around for first count. Hopefully you're going to get a crack at clearing both later in the end. But playing a slash attempt where you roll out, even if you make the double, then your opponent's still coming around the center. And eventually, if you get to maybe the final 3 shots of the end, and it doesn't look like you're going to get a chance to blank, you can still get your 2 by playing more aggressively with your 3rd and your skip stones. Now here you might get the rollout you're looking for.
There's the hit and roll by Kate Flannery, and it's going to be a little too much on it.
It does bite, which is very important there, but I think you're still probably, just hitting that back stone and rolling over.
Normal. Okay.
And this isn't a bad situation to get your 0 or 2, because if you do get this roll in front of the yellow, it's not a bad setup for a sneaky 2-point end. If you catch it thin and make the double, then that brings the blank back into play.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Yep. Yes.
And as you said, in this case, and we'll see if
Hard, go hard.
there's the hit. Is it going to go over? It doesn't. From what you were saying before, if they can get 2, great. Blank's good. Really what McMakin doesn't want is 1 point or 1 for Rhyme.
Right. Yeah, a single point either way is a victory for Kim.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily that you're playing all-out blank, as we mentioned. It's that you're trying to leave yourself an opportunity to get out of the end with a blank if there isn't a 2, and if the 2 presents itself, you take it. And now with that roll, you have to go for 2 now. The blank is pretty much out of the picture. So good call by Cora, switching gears. Missed their opportunity a couple times to get out of this end where the blank was there. But now that it's gone, you switch gears. Okay, let's see if we can get a 2 with our last 3 stones.
Room.
Easy, that felt like a lot.
Running. Running.
In turn that felt like a lot
Can you curl?
to Christine
3-2.
McMakin.
Add 3-2. Here,
Curl.
please. No.
And will it curl over?
Curl. Curl. Easy.
It's not.
You don't want to bounce.
Okay. 3-2.
Nestles up. Shot rock is important there, so
10.5.
at least your opponent has to deal with that.
But again, it's that shot that what we've seen lately. The closer you are to the center line, the more curl you're getting, and they didn't get that coming in from the outside like that.
Yeah, and the weight made a difference too. It ended up being back 8s out of hand. So if it's a couple feet less, it definitely would have turned a little earlier too. But didn't quite get to that path where it turns over hard, yeah.
Kim Rhyme.
Curl! Curl! Curl!
Trying to get to nose at least if they can.
Go, 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 go.
Only moves both stones to the back of the 12-foot.
Okay.
So what does this mean for Cora Farrell? Because as you said, they
Helps us.
really need a skip's deuce right
Better
here.
than drawing here.
Yeah, it's a tough rock position set up for
The straight draws probably just
Farrell.
Here.
the only other thing I see is maybe this.
There's not a great place to hit that and sit
Okay, I think
2
this is great.
unless you roll to in front of the other yellow in the back of the 12-foot's their best angle. So they're just going to play a freeze, looks like. Try to get their 2 with the last 2 stones.
Okay, top button here.
Oh, now actually you heard top button, so it looks like they're just playing a straight draw
What are we thinking?
behind the guard.
I had a 3-2. Yeah. About 14.
Does it make sense to try and freeze against the yellow stone that's there as the shot rock?
I think it's an either or. There's 3 options really. You could play the soft hit through the hole and roll to the side of the 8-foot and try to set up your 2 that way. You can draw underneath as she's playing, or you can freeze in the back. It's a matter of what you want to leave your opponent.
So freeze to the back, not to the shot rock.
Well, the one in the back of the 4-foot, I should say.
Oh,
So
back of the
shot
4.
rock.
Okay, okay.
It's wide.
Straight.
The problem with the draw is
Down to this one, straight.
you might leave yourself, or you might not leave yourself a lot of scoring space depending on what Rhyme would do. This one hung out, so they just played it to a freeze instead.
Pretty perfectly frozen. Yeah, I think so. Just like freezer. Yeah, I like it. Unless you want to try to pick it, but freeze. You got it. 14.
Just electing to play the freeze back.
I got 13.75. 13.9, yeah.
So in-turn freeze attempt for
Last one on this?
Kim Ryan to try to get shot rock.
Maybe a touch.
And more importantly, to try and hang McMakin with a single point and take the hammer into the 8th end.
Still could be a steal possibly for Rhyme as well if she can make a good freeze.
Line's real good. Where are we?
Like to be just about right on the nose of this stone.
Curl.
The weight looks like it's all there right now.
No line.
No line.
No line, you guys. No line.
Now it's turning over.
No line.
No line. Hard curl now.
Gotta
Hard curl.
curl it
Hard
friggin'
curl. Hard curl.
curl.
Hard curl. Hard curl. Yes, curl. I know. We just needed to curl as much as we could. We were
Yeah,
always
just
gonna
didn't
bounce
get up there.
for still one.
Boy, it's really close. If
We're
you
still
catch
one,
this in the
but
right
yeah,
spot.
We can totally do
Yeah,
that.
Well, depending on if the yellow or red is. Yeah, yellow might be fourth. Whoever's fourth, there might be a double for 3 if red was fourth count, but
Do you like that?
What?
Put more.
At minimum,
To get this
an almost no shot on your own stone there
this way rather than
could bump
Straight draw. No, I agree. I agree.
Rhyme out, and you have
like a
2.
foot more then?
yeah, they
That was
just looking to see if that back stone was out counting the other yellow stone, so there might possibly be a shot for 3. I think yellow's fourth, so it's a moot point, but all they really need to do is just nestle up to this yellow one.
Okay, so I want to throw.
They
a
don't
foot
need to
more
touch it to get 2, but
just as
if you get to the
far
nose
as
of it, you're
kick,
probably good.
make
If
sure
you're on the
we're
inside of it,
button
you're fine.
away.
So it's a preference thing if you just want to throw the clean draw or if you want to throw the heavy draw with the backing to yellow. Either way, you're already sitting 1.
Just a foot more on the kick.
Last rock of the 7th end.
Okay, whoa.
An opportunity for Cora Farrell and Team McMakin to pick up 2.
Close. Straight. Straight.
A little tighter path, and this one's curling. Really needs to go. Once you're by the guard, you want to stop as long as the weight's there. You don't want to move your own.
Whoa. Whoa.
Needs to sit.
Wow. Okay.
Well
Yeah,
done.
they just kept sweeping and was by the guard fairly easily, but could have let that die and sit on the button. So just ends up being a single.
Worst case scenario in that situation for Team McMakin. They lead 6-5, but Kim Rhyme takes the hammer into the 8th end when we come back. And Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years, is proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, Steve's Curling Supplies has all of the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. Right now, save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more if you use the code USACurling10 at checkout. So visit stevescurling.com, use USACurling10 at checkout, and you will satisfy all your curling needs. Back at American Dream as we start the 8th end. Claire Moores for Team McMakin as Kim Rhyme holds the hammer here in the 8th, and she can make it work by design, Tyler George, in the 10th as well.
Yeah, you're playing to score now if you're if you're Team Rhyme with Hammer playing this 8th end, obviously trying to get 2 or more if you can. If you're given the option between taking a point and blanking, then you'll take the blank, but then you're cutting yourself down to 2 ends, down by 1 with Hammer.
Make sure it's here. Looks like it's dying.
So I think you'll see a pretty aggressive end here from Rhyme and McMakin as well, throwing a center guard to start. So both teams going to the front. We're going to have some rocks in play here in the 8th.
Second stone from Claremores.
Just playing to another tight center, so going double centers for McMakin. Looks like it's carrying a little bit. Now they're saying hitting the brakes. We heard top 12 and ends up right where they were looking for. Katie Rhyme playing the in-turn draw around the 2 red center guards, trying to take that top 4 position first.
Yep. Hard, guys. 4, 3. Hard.
It's just really, it's coming down now to a question of weight and just getting it right.
We got it.
And I think they've done it on this one. Well, not quite.
At least got it to the top of the 12-foot for a counter. But with it only being that deep, you'll see the come-around draw from McMakin. In-turn is probably an easier path.
Jenna Bercheski.
Back 4. Close for curl. Team. Curl, both of you.
It's a little nervous there.
Yep. Top aim.
Final 3 ends.
Okay,
Things
you
tighten
gotta
up a
go.
little
Make sure
bit
we're
now.
straight now.
Yeah, this has got to go for weight.
No, further right.
And they seem so concerned about the line.
Yeah.
Turning these rocks over when they think they're hanging and it's taking speed off. You really want to make sure that you have the distance there and trust that the rock is going to curl.
Line's good. We gotta go.
Now it'll be Brundage.
Hard line.
Line's good, guys.
Line's gonna be close.
Kate, line's nice.
All the way.
Yep for line. Yep for line. 14. Hard, guys. Keep it moving. Keep
This
it moving.
in-turn come around for Libby, trying to get
Yep.
second.
Good sweep.
Just good enough.
Good sweep, guys.
Completely buried and sitting 2.
Good. Oh, what?
Sorry, Katie, I didn't add.
Well, thinking Peel, the way the angles are set up, if you ever made that in-turn draw around what they just threw, you're buried behind 4 stones.
Okay, I thought it was less.
A little conservative call.
I just didn't finish. I just need to make sure I'm finishing.
This Peel attempt is going to be on the nose. Crosses even a little bit. So just a little tight out of hand again.
Here.
Okay.
And starting the end off throwing 2 center guards. Essentially you're saying we're playing aggressive at this steal.
Same time.
And after coming up short on 1 come-around draw, then electing to peel a guard against only 2 counters in the top of the 12-foot, when they had that same opportunity to throw the in-turn draw again and take control of the end. So I think they got a little gun shy
Line's good.
after looking at 2.
Top 8. Straight. Stay
And
straight.
Libby
Stay
Brundage
straight.
here.
Yep. Hard.
Is that going to carry? It's going to die.
The same thing as we saw earlier in the game, just somebody needs to make that
Good guess, Libby.
come-around draw to kill the end. Looks like they're going to play the out-turn again. I'd like that in-turn going out a little wider to the side of the 4-foot.
Line
And Christine McMakin.
Straight. Straight. Line's okay. Wait only. Close. Straight.
Out turn,
Line's
come
okay.
around, trying to get
Straight.
to top 4, top
Okay,
button.
close. Place it
Really
here.
good line.
Line's really good. Place it. Top button. Top button.
Yeah, that's perfect. Great shot.
Beauty. Great job, guys. 14.
The big shots in this game seem to be made right now by Christine. She's had a couple of big draws, big taps. Kim Rhyme had that great skips deuce end earlier, making 2 draws, but again, it just keeps coming back to whoever's going to make that draw, and they're struggling with the speed, with the ice changing a little bit, but whoever makes that adjustment, because so many of these rocks end up piling up front and changing those angles so there isn't any way in. Whoever gets in has such a big advantage.
Okay, that's fine, Kate.
And look at the way those rocks are set up. I mean, how do you get to that red stone right now?
Right, and I was going to say the struggles, as you mentioned, with the speed. For Christine McMakin with the shot, it's almost, okay, I'm going to put it there and dare you to do something about it.
It's really either team.
Yeah.
Say, whoever gets in there, that's total control of the end. And it's not the same as making a come-around draw under one center guard, where, okay, there's still a run back or a peel and you're not in any danger. When these draws keep coming up short and sitting on angles on each other so there is no straight run in, it takes a minimum of 2 shots to open things up to get to that stone. So the importance of that shot rises so much when it's hard for your opponent to get there.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I would have liked to see another come around there instead of the guard, just because of the way the rocks are set up again.
10-5.
Or if you're going to guard, don't you need that to be about a foot over to the right? No? Close off that channel?
Well, they're not really, they weren't playing to take that path away. They're playing to guard the pile. I don't really think you need to at that point.
Okay.
Yep.
So Kate Flannery,
Yep. Hard. You got it hard.
an intern here.
They really need to move this pile around and
that's what
at
they're
least
trying.
change the
That's
angles.
fine, Katie.
That's not the stone that you want to move.
It's my fault.
Just putting
No,
it down.
I'm thinking here.
I like it.
Well, yeah, getting another rock
I'd like
in
to
right
be a touch
now.
higher.
I mean,
Right
I
up
don't
here,
see why
okay?
they're guarding
You
that
wanna bite the
pile.
line
There's only
or
2 rocks
little
left
off?
for your
I don't
opponent,
mind
and
if
it's
you
going
go
to take 2 to
little
move
off. I think
them.
that's better. Yep.
You can wrap around here. And I know they really want to get this 1-point steal because going up 2 to the 9th, they feel like they got a great chance of winning. But at this point, I'm just not sure what you're guarding.
Just a little more than halfway, really. Okay. It's a good speed here.
We have some close games across the board, too. Cousins up on Anderson, 6-5. Strauss leading Shields, 6-4. It is Peterson in front of Workin, 9-4. And this one's 6-5. And Cora Farrell.
Keep it out there. Kate, right here. To my broom. To my broom. Line's good now. Line's good now.
It's an intern, as you said, to guard the pile.
Okay, curl it now a little bit if you can. Yep, try and close it up. Close it up. Yep, yep.
Is it a case of confidence in a way? I'm more confident in guarding, putting the guard out for the pile than making the draw behind?
I mean, it's a much easier shot, sure, but it's really not accomplishing a lot is the point. Because you're looking at a situation where there isn't a single shot to get to that stone on the button. Your opponent has 2 rocks left. So if you come around and they play something to open things up, then you can re-guard on your last one, and now you're guarding 2.
Okay.
As it is right now, you're putting up a stone that they're having. You know, if I'm Rhyme, I'm probably trying to tap the yellows around. Give yourself a shot playing on the outturn side.
I mean, to move that one, the only
Or
way
even
to
come
move
and
it
play
is
a
this
freeze on the red and
and
hope
we
that you
have
get
to
some
move
kind of
it.
run in.
So I think it's this, truthfully. And let's try it now, and if I don't make it, then I don't know.
Okay, contact.
Give me a little bit more ice.
At least for Kim Rhyme, as she said, let me try it out. If I don't make it, at least she has another chance at it. Cora Farrell will not. Her last rock coming up. But Kim Rhyme first.
She's playing the long angle run back. It's red to red. So you're raising your opponent's stone in, hoping to clear that red on the button. It's really an all or nothing situation. You have to make it now because you're not going to have it again. It's the only rock you have that you can run in to make that shot.
Yes. No.
And there is an in-off on the side for the winger that they could play too.
And that is not what she was looking to accomplish.
No, and it's unfortunate because if you at least move the pile around, you might give yourself something better.
We have enough curl that I'm not afraid that will be the
This has to be a come-around draw, no?
Yeah, I would hope. It's possible they try to guard the draw path, but yeah, this is.
I like this. I like it.
Okay.
It's a must because actually, if you did throw a guard on that path, there's an in-off for two for Ryan playing off that winger. So you really want a second counter in.
Christine's was a 14, so are we thinking?
And a steal at 2 puts you in
like a 4
great position to win.
Last stone of this 8th end for Christine McMakin. An out-turn draw. Can she have it come around and set her team up for 2? Cora Farrell, actually, beg your pardon.
Curl! Hard curl! Hard curl! Hard!
Needs weight to get there. The line's really good. This will finish.
You got it,
Will it be deep enough?
Oh, ends up sitting open. Now the double is there to actually score for Rhyme.
Because if you look at that pile along the 12, that deeper yellow stone, if they can make the double on the 2 reds, that becomes shot rock.
Yeah, the question is, if you hit this just off nose and make the double, is your shooter sitting second? So is this actually for 2? Not expecting any situation where you give up a chance for a 2-point end here. But just ended up in the absolute wrong spot. As long as you have the weight to carry down and get to your own, you're in great shape. If it ends up short, then they may be playing that winger, but yeah, it does leave the double.
Keystone here in the last rock of the 8th end for Kim Ryan.
Yes, hard. Yes. Hard. Yes, hard.
Going to the double time.
Really close.
Yes, hard. Yes, hard. Peace.
Oh, and makes it. That may be for 2. It's close.
It's at least 1. Is it 2?
Too yellow.
Overswept it. We could have left it higher to not.
Just making sure.
Wow, 2 after all that. Total control of the end for McMakin. Never got that second counter in. Leaves them the double for 2. And out of nowhere, Kim Rhyme takes the lead.
So 7-6 for Kim Rhyme going into the 9th end where McMakin will hold the hammer. It's coming up. And War Room Hero is the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. War Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. Check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club today. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Welcome back to the 2024 USA Curling National Championships. This is day 2, draw 2 on the women's side. And Kim Rhyme leading Christine McMakin 7-6 as we begin the ninth end. And it's a center draw to start things out by Katie Rhyme.
Gotta go!
And you go back to that eighth end, Tyler George, and really the hindsight being 20/20. You go back and you wonder if Cora Farrell second guesses that decision to guard the pile when they could have had the shot they were trying for at the very end, that come around draw.
It's just a matter of taking a second look at it and figuring out what exactly are we accomplishing with this rock. And anytime you're playing for a steal in that situation, the first objective is making sure that you're protecting that rock in the top of the forefoot. The second objective, after, and they had that accomplished definitely, is, all right, now that we're guarded, let's get another one in there. And essentially that's another guard too. And then the third one is, okay, let's make sure we don't do anything that somehow gives them a shot for more than 1 point. Because a force is still not a bad situation there, but that's exactly what happened. That rock ended up in pretty much the only spot they could put it where they gave up a shot for 2.
Top 8.
If I'm Kim Rhyme, I'm probably scratching my head trying to figure out how I'm ahead after that entire end, but made a great shot on her last for that too. Still got to make it.
3-9.
And Claire Moore is trying to draw behind the guards here. And
Okay, that's fine.
kind of gets there into the 4, but leaving it hanging out a little bit on that right side.
80 for me.
That rock peeking out just a little bit, but
Good finish.
if you're Kim Rhyme now, freeze is a really good shot. A 4-1 gives you hammer coming home tied up. And that's a great situation to be in.
13-7. Curl if you can, Katie. Curl it, curl it. Yep, curl. Hard. Hard for curl. Yep, hard. Right to it, right to it.
Hangs a little bit, so maybe an opportunity to bump and roll in.
You can bump it back.
And almost as if he was listening in. Text from my good friend, former teammate Joe Polo says, a wise man once said the best guard is another rock in the forefoot.
Back 8.
Hello to the Polo family at home.
Go ahead. Close. Straight. Straight. Yeah. Yeah, right to it.
Really nice line here.
You gotta go. You gotta go hard.
Should bump in and roll right to the center.
Exactly what they wanted.
Great shot. Really good.
Good.
Great.
Nice, Jenna.
Good rebound here from
I still think we come to it.
Team McMakin.
Don't you?
Nah, I think the same thing to it.
I gave you here. I'm gonna give you here.
A little less. Okay. I'll throw touch less.
Freeze attempt again from Libby Brundage, trying to freeze up to #1 counter.
Line's good, guys.
Room.
Keep it going then.
I think this one's going to take a turn. It's right on the edge of that
Line's good.
draw path where it curls hard.
Hard, guys, hard.
Needs to go for weight too. I don't think that's going to get there.
Whoa. Whoa. Little bounce, yeah, little bounce. Okay.
And looking a little familiar.
Like this way.
Piling these rocks up in the center again.
Touch top 4.
That was just back 8.
And I would imagine Joe Polo has no recollection of me either from 2006, 18 years ago, some guy in a mixed zone in Torino.
I think you'd be surprised at Joe's memory. He's got a mind like a steel trap.
We're way out there, though.
Close. Close.
Top 8.
Yes. Straight. Straight. Line's okay.
Trying to
3-9.
bring a third counter in now around this
Curl.
center guard.
Yes, both of you.
That's a
hard.
really
Keep
good
going.
shot.
Great shot.
Good, Jenna.
I think it may have gotten third count too. It's very close. I think red is 3.
I think you're right. We have an advantage on this one. We don't even need the overhead on this one. It's right in front of us. As
suppose it's probably fair to Joe to mention that one of only 2
Whoa.
U.S. curling Olympians in history to have 2 Olympic medals.
Whoa. Curl. Curl. Good.
Nice run back to clear things up, sit second under cover. Much better than it was.
One with my shoe and
And
I
that
don't-
yellow stone in the top of the 8-foot now, extremely important with red sitting first, third, and fourth.
What do you like?
Yep.
Good luck here.
Yeah, this is a shot that has a couple options with where you can leave it. If you can get to your own, tap a little and roll in, it's a good result. If it ends up just short, showing maybe half and angled into that other yellow one, that's where the big end could set up.
Let it work.
So even just top 8-foot, just
Yeah. Mine's okay.
ahead of that
Make sure we're
yellow
here.
stone,
Curl. Curl.
just a hair higher.
Yeah, make sure.
Is there enough weight
yeah,
on
you
this?
just gotta go. You gotta go.
Actually, if you stop right now, it's a really good spot.
Go. And we're like,
That's
okay.
not bad at all.
It's okay.
That's angled onto that. That's where the big end comes from. You need a half miss. You would have liked to cover your own, but with where the angle plays in, you can play that red into the yellow now and try to set up the game-winning end with a 4 or a 5.
Oh, Jesus.
6, 7.
And Kate Flannery.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Mine's good.
good.
Wait only.
Whoa, easy,
Mine's
Katie.
good. Wait only.
Easy, easy,
Close.
easy, easy, easy.
Close. Stay close.
Close.
Stay close.
Need this to hit the brakes. Looks like it's going to bounce right
Yeah,
now.
Katie, line, hard line, hard.
Oh, and just hairs the red. Got to get by
Sorry,
first.
hot, sorry.
Yeah, a little. Yes.
Good throw. Yep.
Boy, that's a mistake on the sweep. If that gets by, they actually have a really good position.
Wide open. Do we need to play that cute?
And they're talking about, well, it was
It's
up, so we
wide
didn't want
open.
to sweep
Do
it,
you
but
like more weight?
have to get by
Sure.
first. Even
Okay.
if it bumps, it still would have been on a pretty good angle. And now big opportunity again for McMakin trying to get inside.
Outturn from Christine McMakin.
Yep. Whoa.
And trying to set the table really here for Cora Farrell for the last 2 stones.
Gotta
Does
hold
this
the
slip
line.
by? It does.
A good shot.
Good.
Christine's made some big ones today.
Great sweep.
That's true.
Joe, we say it's not about the percentage at the end of the day. It's which ones did you make at which times. And
Point is fine. And then we've got the
Christine's had 3 or 4 in key situations that have helped set her team up.
If you're 70%, but those 70 were all key shots.
What was the final score? Yeah, when did you make them? Over on sheet D, Elizabeth Cousins now 8-5 ahead of Sarah Anderson. Try to get herself to 2-0. 2 ends to play.
So here's Kim Rhyme. First stone for her in this 9th end.
Give it quite a bit with my arm, you guys.
Line's real good.
I did give it quite a bit with my arm.
Where are we?
And I gave it
Yes,
quite a
Ben.
bit with my arm.
Whoa. No line. Easy.
bounce.
Easy.
Whoa.
Whoa. Close. Curl. Whoa.
No. No.
13-7. Curl.
No.
Now. Curl. Whoa.
A little bump.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I gotta
bounces
finish those
off
curls when
again.
It's a little hot because we could get
A little heavy draw and try to get just to the inside for Farrell.
Yep. I like it. I like it.
I like Jenna's 12-7. That was about back 12.
Yep.
So back to what we were saying about
Close to back
Christine
line.
McMakin. You want to see some percentage numbers on
That's a good rate on this line.
when the shot really counted. When it was a real pressure shot, what's her percentage on just those shots?
Yeah, it's hard to tell about somebody's performance just by looking at a stat sheet for the final score and seeing the number. You know, if you watch this game, you remember the big shots where they happened. Another one right now for Cora Farrell. just a back house weight, maybe back 8, back 12. Try to tap that rock back. Get to the inside. Need to hold the line. Don't want to wreck your own red.
And they might.
It's really close. Gotta hold the line.
Oh.
Good sweep, guys. We are 2. We are sitting second.
I think we
Do you
guard
want to
it.
just put another one right here?
Yeah, I think
Or higher? Yep.
I think we heard, and looks from above too, that
Curl a little more
Rhyme
with
is
the
sitting
weight.
second, which is a big point. Now they're going to try to guard that up and force McMakin to 1. And then if your team,
Okay, straight guard, guys.
McMakin, you got to try to find a way to get that Yellowstone out or find a second point.
Guard our yellow.
I mean, it's similar to last end in the sense that Christine McMakin put Cora Farrell in a position to get some points. Yet here's another opportunity for Kim Rhyme to maybe come in and steal something here.
He's good.
This is her last rock of the 9th
Straight
end.
always.
Yeah, this is one you
Straight
just
over,
can't
you're gonna
over curl.
over-curl.
It's a tough one to miss
Over
on
and
the
up.
wide side.
Over and up. Two's fine. Two's fine.
This is curling again.
Just over curling.
And this is the miss we've seen on these guards so much where
No.
you almost can't take enough broom. Like you can take it as wide as you want and take that draw path away. The way this curls, you can definitely still get to that stone and tap it back.
And you tap it back and they have 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a broom almost on the boards there and take that path away.
Because I was like back
You
eight.
can always sweep to finish, but once it's over curling on that line, it's pretty much gone. And we know on our Nationals ice, those guards curl hard. And you got to take more broom and make sure it doesn't over curl.
Back line.
So there is a tap here for 3
Closer to back 8, right?
for Cora, and this really doesn't need to get that close to the guard to make it. Again, it's about picturing the path it needs to take. If you clear the guard by 3 inches, you probably make it with the right weight.
Well, and she can nose it. She can just nose it straight back.
That's all she needs to do. It just needs to be a heavy draw. Move that rock back out of the 4-foot. Get aggressive on the line.
Last rock of the 9th end, and this could be big for Team McMakin
This looks like a lot of weight out of hand.
if Cora Farrell can pull this off.
Close. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Needs to turn because it's plenty of weight.
It gets by the upper guard. Now, can she get the right hit on this yellow stone and get 3?
Nah, it's just
No.
too much weight for that shot.
And it's only going to be 1. So 1 red, 7-7 as we head into the 10th end, and Kim Rhyme will hold the hammer, and we'll see who will take this in draw 2 of the Women's National Championship. Tenth end coming up. Tabitha Peterson. They shake hands after the 9th end against Rachel Workin, 11-5. So Tabitha Peterson bounces back. From that loss last night. So 1-1 for Peterson. And McMakin starts with a center guard. Katie Rhyme.
7.
Make sure it's here.
7.
And again,
Coming down.
Top 8's good, guys. 13-4.
I think Christine McMakin, Coral Farrell, I think they look back at this match and know they had 2 opportunities in both the 8th and 9th end that they kind of left.
Yeah, plenty of chances throughout the game for both sides, but the ones that really have come up big at this point were for McMakin in 8 and 9, not finishing the end off. A couple of interesting decisions and a couple of misses on execution where they could have put this game away. And it's not over, obviously, tied up, but they don't have hammer, need to find a steal. Got one guard up already. Claire Moore's trying to put a second one up now. Need to get this over, though.
Come on. You're good.
Good.
And they
Just
do.
perfect.
Okay, Claire. I don't mind it here.
The other match that is over is Delaney Strauss.
This way.
Yeah, that game was tied after
Under.
6 ends of play, and Delaney gets 2, steals 4, and all of a sudden it's a 12-4 final. So good look there from young Team Shield hanging around with the number 15 ranked team in the world.
7.
But Delaney and her young charges put the pedal to the metal for the last 3 ends, and that team is dangerous when they get it going.
They're averaging more than 10 points a game through the first 2.
Yeah, here.
Back 8.
You're going to take that.
Yep.
Sorry, Katie.
Keep going. Yep,
He's
keep
going
going.
all the
Yep,
way
yep,
back.
yep.
Yeah, not a good shot there. That's
I just saw that.
that's not one that's going to help you at all. So pretty easy call here for Cora. It's all or nothing. Now with the 2 centers up, 2 good ones from Claire Morris.
Need some.
Jenna Brzeski throwing this intern draw.
Room.
Trying to get to the top of the
Stop it.
4-foot.
Room right now.
Nope,
It'll be corner on that yellow stone.
As you can.
Curl.
Always curl.
We're like almost a guard.
Okay.
We're a guard.
This
Make
looks
sure,
like
yeah,
it's
both
coming
of
up
you. Go
short
ahead.
too.
Yep. Okay, Jenna. 5-3. Yep.
So peeling the top stone immediately, the correct call.
Yep.
Hard.
This is curling. Need to hold the line. Looks close to nose.
Hard roll, Katie.
Gets off the center, but still a high guard and starting to jumble some rocks up
It's like a good 6 feet.
Back line.
once again in the front.
What are we throwing here? Back line. Okay.
This looks like Cora Farrell wants Jenna Brzeski to just come around on this and see if she can freeze up by that rock.
Thought I heard back line.
Okay.
So back 4 from the sweepers. Can't wreck the guard here though. This looks tight.
We're
Really
guard.
gotta go.
Draw.
That's short too.
Okay.
Taps the center over in some interesting angles now.
Sorry, I tried telling.
I think you just straight peel this one. I think we play it this way though, because I'm a little worried it'll spin it up.
Yep.
Do you agree?
Play this way.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I think this.
Nah, play this way. Little more.
I think this is close, Libby. I give you a little more. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. You're right.
So peeling the higher red guard. It's
Yep.
the one that's
Yes.
probably the most dangerous.
Yep. Hard.
Needed more.
Hard.
Ooh.
Hey,
That's
right.
Ooh.
Sorry,
gonna make
Libby.
things interesting
No,
now.
It's okay. I knew I needed more. Yep.
On the nose. Leaves the guard up, and now
Yep.
Cora Farrell calling the out-turn draw around. Christina McMakin, see if she can make another big one for her team.
Close for line.
Yes,
And
line.
she really has made shots
Line's
in
good.
this third
Wait only,
position
Wait only now.
to set the
Only
table,
for wait. It looks like a lot.
to have her
Whoa.
team in really good position, and they haven't been able to
3-4.
finish it
Release
off.
here.
And once again,
Yep.
this need to have this
Again.
buried
Easy,
behind
you're
the
in the
guard. This is
gap.
a nice
Stop,
shot.
Stop.
Yeah, there is a hole between those rocks, so it
Okay.
over-curled from where they were trying to throw it to. Perfect
Through
weight.
the board if you pick the top. That's
Not an
fine.
easy shot through the hole, but definitely
Girl,
there.
8.5.
Just needed a hair more broom to have it settle behind the guard, not over-curl, but really good throw.
Oh.
Now let's see if Kate Flannery can play through this port.
Oh.
Key shot. Needs to curl to get off the guard.
Watch your feet.
Oh,
Ooh, fun. Okay.
Little pinball.
I think I gave too much. I don't know.
Got a little fortunate, too, actually, that it hit the high guard.
Okay.
If that ends up getting by and hitting the other, you may end up moving that red over for another center guard and leaving the yellow on that draw path. So a bit of a break there for Team Rhyme. But advantage Team McMakin now, even without last shot, trying to play the guard, but this over curling now too.
Over curling now. Whoa, right off.
Sorry. It
Okay.
grabbed something in my hand.
Okay.
Now she thinks it grabbed in her hand.
7.
One of those maybe where you just can't get rid of it.
Hit and roll.
Little rolls.
10-5.
Should curl here.
Wait. 11. Okay.
We've seen so many guards in this game over curl, and it is a hallmark of our Nationals ice that the guards turn early.
Hard.
Oh, you got it. You got it. You got it. Keep going.
Trying to hold this and get by the guard.
does not. Oh, it just does.
Still curling though.
Go, Kim.
Red still shot rock.
And so another opportunity for a guard here for Cora Farrell.
Both teams battling with the conditions slowing down. It's really a question of mental toughness at this point. Who's going to figure out
Make sure we get at least to the center.
the ice late in the game and make the big shot?
So here, do you almost go for a higher guard here
We're good on time.
and even leave it out to the right a little bit to where if it does over curl, you bury it and almost
On the center line here.
go on the belief that we're going to challenge you to split that gap.
Well, they're trying, I think, to throw right to the top of the button on the center line. So you want, if you're going to play the
Okay.
shot, the shooter has to be shot rock. Because if it buries, then Rhyme can play off that stone that's in the back of the forefoot to get shot if this thrown rock isn't on the button. The other option would be to throw something on the draw path and guard your own stone, but it's really difficult. Throw it somewhere where Rhyme couldn't come around it and get shot because that rock is only in the side of the forefoot behind the tee line.
Easy.
They don't feel that that rock is going to win the game for them, so they want this to be the game
Right
winner right now.
room. Yep. Curl. Curl and go. Hard. Curl and go. Curl and go. Go.
Really
go,
want
go,
to get
go,
this to
go.
the button now.
Good.
All right,
Top of the four.
that is a good position, though. I thought they might bring that a little farther to try to make that be the shot that could win. But they left enough of it open that if Rhyme does play off of this red and roll over, it's a short tap to get shot rock for McMakin.
Now's the
We'll
time
listen
to
in on the timeout here.
hit and roll here. If we
Draw another
control,
Yep. Just make it. Yeah. What weight do you want?
10.5.
10-5. Okay. And there's space between these.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, there's lots of space. Definitely.
Okay. You got it. 10-5.
Sir, Bill Ryan. Wild Bill. I think
30 seconds left in the timeout.
So a minute 49 left here after the timeout for Rhyme. Nothing real tight on time. Minute 32 for McMakin, and they have their timeout left. They've already said they're going to use it immediately, which is the smart thing to do. No reason not to. So the call here, you heard 10-5, the number. They're playing hit and roll on this rock in the back of the forefoot. And I think the reason they're playing that much weight at it is they want to get a flat roll to make sure that they're shot rock. They could play a heavy draw and bump and roll in off of that to get shot. but it's going to be a little deeper if they do that. So you really need to get the roll on this. And even then, again, there's that tap for Cora Farrell.
Just
Can
clean.
Kim Ryan execute this?
This is going to curl.
This is curling. This.
Hard, Katie, hard, hard, hard.
A little redirect, pushes it under cover. It just laid on the sweep there. Calling clean for most of the way and then took off over curls. Even a little fortunate to get what they did.
And timeout for Team McMakin now.
Yeah, I think the decision's pretty simple here. Although a guard could take the draw path away.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I don't think so. Like, we could even do this. I like playing for this, but knowing that we can always do that. Yeah.
Yep. I like that. I like that too.
Yeah, I just threw this.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah. I liked the line.
I did too.
Looks like they're just going to play the clean draw to the button.
I was going to say, she said, I like playing for this, but knowing we could have that.
Yeah, and
So this is the button.
this, that is clicking off the rock in the top of the forefoot sitting next to it, so they block off the draw path.
This is with a touch more so that we get by our
I think the decision would have been real easy had they not ticked that stone in the top of the forefoot. They moved it over so the bump isn't dead to the pin anymore. You have to actually over curl a hair to do that. But now with it moved over, they're just going to draw the button instead. The only thing you really can't do on this shot is leave it back 4 so that you're leaving the same draw for Rhyme.
And final stone from Cora Farrell for Team McMakin that could decide this draw.
Line's good.
Balls
I
for
think
straight.
we need to go little.
Straight.
Line looks
Easy,
pretty
easy,
close.
easy. Not deep.
Should start curling right about now.
Straight. Straight. Just here. Line's
It's
good.
going to click, I think.
Stop.
Oh, it
No,
goes
no.
by,
Right.
but again, back 4, so it gives the draw to Rhyme. Not an easy one, but if that stops higher, that shot's not there.
Yeah, I think you need.
Worst case would have been just to click the edge of it and spin open so that it was probably a nose hit for Rhyme for the win. Now at least you're making her play a draw, a path that they've struggled with. But a draw the button
This is a touch more ice.
for the win.
She just took.
Elizabeth Cousins, 2 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th. They went 11-5 after 9, just as Tabitha Peterson did over Warkin. Strauss a 12-4 winner over Shields. So this is the only one going to 10. The last rock here, and it is, if Kim Rhyme can execute, they win.
Line's okay, guys.
Line's real good. Easy. Where are we?
Line looks pretty good coming down. I think it's going to start turning, though. There
Yes.
it goes.
Yep.
Straight. Yes.
Got to go for line.
Straight.
Hard
Hard straight.
line.
Line's gonna be great. Hard straight. Real
Hard
hard straight.
line.
Getting real close.
Hard.
Yeah, it just over curled. Never got it out to the pat they needed to. Weight was real good.
And it's 2 for McMakin and a 9-7 win.
Boy, a back and forth battle all game.
Well, and after giving openings in both the 8th and 9th of where they really could have taken control and
Oh, the sweat.
both hands around the neck, they come out okay at the end.
Yeah, I think that's one that really would have been tough to swallow for Cora and Christine and their squad with the chances they had, especially in the second half of the game, to put it away. But they managed to still come through, and that's the mark of a winning team. Find a way, regardless of what happens, get the W in the end.
And so at the end, yes, Christine McMakin, the win over Kim Rhyme, 9-7. She gets first win for her team. Tabitha Peterson bounces back from the loss to Sarah Anderson last night for a win. But right now it's Delaney Strauss and Elizabeth Cousins, the only two teams who are 2 for 2 through this second draw.
Yeah, very impressed with the start for Cousins. It's hard to fake scoring that many points twice in a row. Really good result. 2-0, a big win over a playoff-bound team we would expect in Sarah Anderson. We'll see moving day tomorrow with 2 games for all the teams.
And we have one more session for you here today. It's draw 2 from the men's. And our feature match will be Dunham against Dropkin. And that will be at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central. So make sure you're back with us then for draw 2 from the men's national championship.